gonna die, actually. Or we're not. Tobias is.
Tobias is the one that just stepped.
When we slowly back away.
And I love the fact that the avatar of Despater looks down at Tobias and goes, "I thought you'd be bigger.
Stop.
I thought you'd be taller." Right?
And the look on Tobias's face was awesome.
I mean, okay.
Oh, now he fusses?
Oh, he's probably like shoving his face into something.
Fair point.
Yep, he's shoving his face into something.
Do. I bet you Asborn's system had a boot. I bet it's doing an update right now. I bet he hasn't been on his computer in like forever.
I'm pretty sure he's cleaning his room.
Asborn is probably making steak right now.
Yeah, he's cleaning his room, I'm pretty sure. He's just a mess because he just got home from school. He moved all his stuff into his room, and then the next day he went to Hawaii.
I want to go to Hawaii. That sounds like fun. Just lay on the beach and do nothing. That sounds like my perfect idea of a vacation. Ooh, no, or a cruise, because there they feed you also.
Yes, they do.
Cruise is the best.
That's it. That's it. After our campaign is done, we should all go on a cruise together.
Go on a D&D cruise?
Let's go on a D&D cruise to the Hawaii.
That would
to the Hawaii? Not Hawaii, but to
Hawaii.
the Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep pushing my wife to go on the one that's like 14 days, but it leaves from Long Beach. So you have like 4 days on the ocean to get to Hawaii, and then 4 days back. It's freaking awesome.
I want to go
So
to...
Is that a 2-week vacation then? Is it like 4 days out, and then you're on the island for how long?
So it's total 14 days. So like you're there for like a week.
Nice. So it's 4 days out.
And I think it's 3 or 4 days out and 3 or 4 days back, and then however many days that is to go to the different islands.
7 days at sea and 7 days on the islands.
Yeah.
Sounds like
that's pretty cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I bet you those packages are really cheap right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been really wanting to go on that one.
And that one's out of Long Beach?
Yeah, it leaves out of Long Beach, and it takes you back to Long Beach, which is cool.
Is that Carnival or?
No, I don't do Carnival. I only do Royal Caribbean.
Oh, so that's that's RC.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm like a gold, getting ready to be like a platinum member of Royal Caribbean right now. No lie, dude. I've taken a bunch of their cruises.
That's awesome. I've done the Carnival cruise a handful of times.
Yeah. Carnival's more of like a party boat, and then Holland America is for like super elderly people.
Yeah.
And I like Royal Caribbean because it's got a mix of people and it's real laid back. It's like there's kids and stuff, but like it's not like a party boat in any form. I don't think it's really
more like a family entertainment.
Yeah, more family oriented. They have some really good like comedy shows and stuff like that.
They have a casino on that one?
Yeah, got a casino on it. Yeah.
Cool.
A friend of mine swears by the Disney cruises because she takes her 2 kids, but they're like school age, and she was like, I didn't see them the entire trip. They like
Now,
stayed in the kids
yeah.
zone.
Well, like the thing about Disney
Been
is
on a
like,
Disney cruise. They are pretty awesome.
yeah, I haven't been
I've
on a
heard
Disney
really
cruise.
good things about the Disney cruise.
But
We
I
did
mean,
the
how much do you pay
princess.
for a
Those were
Disney
really
cruise? That's the
nice.
only problem because it says
I mean,
Disney.
so
I don't
many
know.
money. So many money.
I was 19 and I went
So
with my
many
dad,
money.
so I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't
I
like
could ask my dad.
anything that says Disney on it. I'm already suspect that it's probably like, the
3
money's
times the
padded.
price.
Yeah, it's 3 times the price.
The only thing that was kind of hard was I was 19 and my sister was 17, and I had to choose whether or not I was going to go into the children's sections for the cruise, or if I was going to go into the adult sections, because I couldn't do both. I had to pick one or the other. So I either had to hang with my dad and my stepmom, or I had to hang with my sister. Well, I totally picked my sister, so I ended up
Well,
in the
obviously.
kids section for obviously. So I ended up in the kids section for the cruise, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. Definitely recommend.
Yeah.
The kids section, I mean the adult section, it was mostly booze and gambling, so why would I want to go there?
True.
At 19.
I can't do casinos. Like, I don't see the point. I tried it one time and I was like, this isn't fun.
Yeah, I don't do casinos either. They're just, especially the ones on the cruise ships, because they're really, they only do certain kind of games, and usually it's
Yeah, I
all
only like
slanted toward.
my preference is the occasional blackjack table.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. And on
I'm
that
sure
note,
if I knew how to play any of the games.
and on that note, let's play some game. Oh my God, it's a full house tonight. Welcome back, everybody. Got Asborn.
Ooh, Mara
We've
got some new art, I think.
Dyson. Got Mara. She'll be joining us shortly. She's got kids to wrangle. She'll be on shortly. And Dyson's a working dude now. He works over at Disney. He's having fun. He told me his feet hurt. He's like, that's new to me, Dad. I'm not used to being on my feet all day. Tobias is
There could be
back.
worse things.
There could be worse things. Asborn, how was Hawaii?
It was pretty good, but also not that great because everyone got COVID.
Oh no!
No.
Yeah. Everyone in my
Uncle, are you
hotel room, my
okay?
whole family had COVID, and I literally wore a mask to sleep. Somehow did not catch it.
Wow, you didn't get
Wow.
it?
No.
Good job.
That's a pretty amazing feat not to get it in such a crowded space.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So they were all, quarantined for 10 days while you were out playing?
No.
No.
Well, we only
He was
went on
probably
nature walks
quarantined
anyways.
So Asborn is going to be that guy in I Am Legend that is immune,
survives the
that
apocalypse.
survives the apocalypse, and then comes up with a cure.
Yep. And then find the hidden settlement.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, happy Tuesday. Denizens and Masters is back from our break. We all had a lot of people traveling. We had people that got sick. We had schedules that were not overlapping. So we decided to have the May to June be our start of our summer break. But we're all back for our 80th session. However, I went back and looked at the notes before we used to do this on Twitch. and we're well over 100 sessions now. So we've been at this over 2 years, folks. Over 2 years. It's official. That's crazy. That's nutty. And 2 years of meeting Mara and Sam and meeting my son's friend Asborn. And their other friend who unfortunately had to drop due to the fact he moved. But what's interesting is we've only had one person drop from this campaign in 2 years. And that was Asborn's brother. That's
Technically, two. Didn't we have that guy that played with
Right.
us for like 5 sessions?
Yeah.
The way
Us,
beginning.
the lizard.
Yeah.
Crust.
Yeah, Lizard Tusk.
Yeah,
We
but
had
I think
Tusk.
that was before Twitch, right?
And it was
Yeah, it was-
before Sam joined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
It was my buddy up in Oregon.
Tusk. He was
the
eating
guy
like
who
stuff.
Not
Guy who-
crust. Crust.
no. He
Krusk,
played
Krusk.
Krusk. He played a lizard folk. That was that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, man, it's been a day. It's been an age we've been playing this, dude. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
This is
Holy
like,
crap.
wow, that's pre-COVID, big time.
Yeah,
No, it's
kidding,
post-COVID.
because
No, it's post-COVID because we
It
didn't
was,
start the game
it was
until
because
COVID.
of COVID. That's the
Yeah.
only
No,
reason
yeah,
why.
we did start because of
Home
COVID.
games
Yeah.
were
It was not that far after COVID started
It
that
was
we did. start
right
doing
after
that.
COVID, yeah.
Yeah,
Right. I think it was May of 2020.
I can look back at one of my 3 books and tell you exactly what date we started.
I will look in the beginning of my campaign.
I thought like, oh, this will be
Thought it
enough
was like
for
it was
notes.
April.
Yeah, I thought it was April.
Yeah.
April
I'm on my-
21st, 2020.
I'm on my
Yeah.
3rd notebook, so that means I have like what 300 or 400 pages of shit.
Yeah, I went through a whole notebook, and then I had like individual pages, and then my daughters lost a whole bunch of them, and I went,
Yeah,
Oh my god,
so
that's hysterical. Oh, we lost Sam. She disappeared.
that's right. She'll come back.
She hotkeyed. She was.
Oh shit! I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my tea.
Yeah, go for it.
Tea. Oh my god, speaking of tea, I swear the universe said do not drink your tea today because it spilled all over the place and I had to get the mop.
Really?
Sorry, y'all. I got a new
Yes.
laptop, and so I'm trying to like.
I wondered why your camera
well,
looks
that's
so
because
good.
someone
Your
left
audio
me.
looks so good.
Because
Oh,
I
wait.
left the school district, and so I had to turn in my laptop and get a new one.
Really?
But the problem
Did
is,
you,
is that my
Wow.
Left me.
so yeah. So
did
funny
you get a
story,
new
though,
gig,
like,
or are
my-
you
I
taking
did,
time?
Yeah,
Oh,
did.
nice. Are you
like
gonna
a really
recruit
nice
Mara?
one too.
I'm trying to recruit Mara.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah,
just
my
come
whole
on,
team
friend.
left me, and now I have no one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Well,
It's gonna be rough.
things sounded pretty sour over at that school.
They are.
Yeah.
It's been one day without my team, and I've already gotten nasty text messages from my boss.
Really?
Yeah,
It's been
As
ridiculous.
if it's your
yeah.
fault somehow that
it is my fault. It's definitely my fault that I was prepared and ready to like move classrooms, and that's clearly my fault.
And the other person was not.
So she tattled on me.
It's very weird.
strange.
Yeah.
There's some weird behavior going on at that school, you guys. Weird behavior. So, welcome back, everybody. Well, let's go ahead and recap because we did leave on both a funny and serious moment when we last were together. But to get everybody caught up, after surviving the ambush of the Hadric Legion and the near kidnapping of Samara by whoever those individuals were, prompted all of you to gather back at your keep and take a moment to reorient and try to figure out what to do next. But it was followed up by a bit of conversation from Samara's girlfriend out of Hollyhead. Holy crap, what's her name again?
Atil.
Atil.
Yeah.
Atil had made
Sarah
mention
remembers it and I don't.
that they were having problems with the excavation site and the team of individuals that were in the process of trying to figure out how an entire house or residence had disappeared. And it seemed that an underground chamber was discovered with a gateway in it. You guys did battle with a very strange demonic or devilish creature, which fled down into the chamber. You followed it and then found your way to a gate that led down into the area known as Avernus. Once down here, you journeyed into the main city, saw that the main trade of wares was your coins have shifted. They are no longer gold coins. They are now soul coins.
Soul coin.
As we begin to realize that we're in the first level of hell, and dealing with Avernus is, well, it's interesting. There was some research done at the Library of Zarel. The devil Sema around Montrose had introduced himself, and you guys had figured out a way to the Skull Gates. The Skull Gates is a transition from the first level of hell to the second level of hell, known as Dis, the home of a particularly nasty lordish devil or demon, whatever you want to call it, that goes by the name of Dispater, a heritage creature that seems to have a connection with one of the inherited abilities that Thyson has been given through the curse that was part of his all the way back to the not Sigurd era, eventually becoming something else and something else. But after the trials of the Kraken and the Pact of the Stormlord, the final bit of the trickery seems to have concluded, bringing everything full circle back to the level of Dis, the entryway, as the skeletal rib gateways lit up with an arcane light. Tobias's natural curiosity kicked in, and he stepped right through to the other side to see a very tall, demonic-looking creature, almost comically overdressed in demonic form, surrounded by hundreds of legion on either side of him. The creature looks down at the small, diminutive, very kind of slight form of the tiny mouse folk in its visage to utter these words. Wow, somehow I thought you'd be taller. And that's where we last left off, while the rest of you are on the other side of the gate watching as Tobias steps through into Dis.
It's like major deja vu.
Okay, let me just point out, the first person to give me a compliment in this entire game in what, 2 years now, is Dispater. My friends.
I think you would be. I thought you'd be taller.
Yeah,
How?
that's a compliment.
I thought you would be
How
taller.
is that a compliment?
That's a compliment. You know why? Because
How?
I express myself to be bigger than I actually am. That was a compliment.
I don't.
This guy's my bestie right now. All right. Yeah, you guys.
Team, sir.
Oh, he's picking on me, calling me a rat. This guy could have really dogged me. Nitty?
Mara
No.
has never once called you a rat. Never once.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Elfish may have.
I have to go back to my 3 years of notes and look.
Mara has never insulted you.
The list. He's got
I have
the
my
list.
shit list in one of these books. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
After Tobias
could
crosses
be putting on
through, that
lipstick,
leaves-
crossing it off the wall.
Yeah, that leaves the five of you lingering on the other side of the gate. What are the five of you doing at this point?
Didn't we just do this?
We walk away.
It's worked out
Well-
terribly the last time.
I'm not leaving my rat
Fire's
behind.
following him.
Not
Fire's
leaving my
following
rat
him.
behind.
Fire's
Yeah, you watch as
not-
fire
yeah.
steps through the gateway.
Son of a bitch.
I'm
Go through the gateway.
Not again.
I'm grabbing Asborn by the hand and we're walking through together.
It's
I
Mara's
look
left by
so
herself
distraught.
again.
I'm so tired.
No, Mara, you and I are looking at each other like,
No, I went.
oh, you went? I
I
guess
went.
I'm last.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going.
one by one, although Osborne and Thyson are holding hands as they step through.
Hey, imagine
Tobias,
you're
as the punchline of that joke kicks in, the figure looks up and away from you to watch five more figures step through the portal. His attention is immediately drawn to Thyson as he recognizes the form and fashion of the lineage curse that was set upon him. And he just smiles
Gift.
broadly. And the huge form of the Spader shrinks back down into a tiefling form with bright red and black skin, huge horns, yellow eyes, wearing the attire of somebody who is pretending to be wealthy and noble. Standing there, he just bows deeply in front of the six of you and then stands up to his full 6 feet of height. Well, I just want to take... Oh, excuse me 1 moment. And he snaps his fingers as the hundreds of legion behind him just immediately vanish out of existence. And he looks, thank you so much for delivering my son home to me. I do appreciate that. Son, welcome home. As the Spader just kind of stares at Dyson with this kind of mixed look of hunger and satisfaction at the same time. If you'll follow me, please, we can have a conversation. And he turns on his heels and he looks like he's walking, but you're not sure if he's walking. You guys are suddenly walking, but you're not sure if you're walking. Things are passing by you as if you're walking. You look down to see feet that are moving that feel like your feet are moving, but there's this weird kind of feeling as if things are shifting, changing, walls are rising and falling. A great tower kind of like hurls up and then immediately collapses in on itself. And the more you follow this creature in front of you, the deeper and deeper you find yourself in this labyrinth-like fortress city, way off in the distance, gradually getting closer. A great cinder block blackened tower that just evokes the kind of typical kind of doom and gloom that you'd expect in a place like this. And as you're gradually walking, at least you think you're walking, the Spader has his hands behind his back and is just kind of patiently guiding all of you further and further into the fortress-like city.
That's such a dad position to be like walking with the hands behind the back.
Oh, it's so dad.
I wanna pull a piece of candy out of my bag and see if it still tastes like sand.
Father's Day is coming up.
Yeah,
think of that,
definitely
Dyson.
still. It still tastes like sand. No flavor, just ash and sand whenever you eat or drink.
I do not like it here.
Okay.
I mean, it's hell.
I'm gonna-
I pray to God. I pray to every single God you don't like hell.
I mean, you're supposed to like it here. This is your dad.
Yeah, I talk about you. I
That
talk
doesn't
about
mean he's
myself.
supposed to like it here.
I got
Hey,
my own
Dyson.
personal opinions.
Fair.
Dyson.
Ooh, it's quite nice.
Hey, Dyson. Your dad's freaking cool.
I know, right? Not real dad, but you know what I mean. Like, we'll keep it up as long as we can.
Hey, okay. He said you was your dad.
Well, like this, it's not. I'm not. Whatever. We'll just keep
Your
it
whole
going.
existence is confusing.
Hey, you could be a hobbit. Look on the bright side.
Was a halfling for a while.
Thank God I'm not. Thank God we fixed that.
That was
that
that,
was
that
a
gave me a
fix.
laugh.
Wasn't aware that was a fix. The walk continues. The oppressive nature of this place is interesting. It's warm, it's hot, it's humid, and then it's dry. The elements around you fall and ebb and constantly change. Probably the most striking sound are the great masses of humanoids screaming off in the distance, wails of discontent and struggle echoing off blackened fortress walls. Eventually, you come to the pits that surround the transition into the depths of the Bastille of Flesh. The pits are these great, gargantuan garbage pits that are constantly consuming the humans trapped down below. And you can see the ebb and flow of this persistent struggle going on down below, the echoes of their screams and yells emanating upwards. You could see the enslaved masses tear down a wall and then are forced to rebuild that same wall, only in a different position. Great legion hordes kind of overwatching these slave pits and these enslaved creatures. Eventually, you cross through another series of fortresses being crumbled and brought back into existence and crumbled back up into existence. The walk continues and continues. I need everyone to make a con save, please.
I need to feed my lightning bugs.
I thought we already fed them.
6.
Yeah, we're in a different dimension. I want to make sure they don't die.
I got a 10.
It's like my backyard or my park.
Ooh, natural 2024.
Nice. Dyson, you have advantage on this check since you are tied into the spader, so you're not immediately overwhelmed by the sense of dread and doom of this place.
I also got
16.
natural 20, so 24.
Nice. Okay. If you rolled a 15 or higher, you do not take a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
If you rolled
I take
a
a point of
14
exhaustion.
or lower, you take a point of exhaustion. Fire, as you examine your firebugs in the jar, they are now little tiny demonic creatures with little lit ends. They seem to have changed, been malformed.
It's okay. I still need to
Did
feed
you say
them.
that lightning bugs are little demonic creatures now?
Yes,
Yes.
my lightning bugs are little demonic creatures now.
So
All right.
I'm hoping they still eat rotten meat, so I feed them some rotten meat.
Okay.
real quick, for some reason on my character sheet I have it marked that I already have a point of exhaustion. Does anyone
That was
remember
the
what that's
travel through Avernus, and you have not taken a long rest yet.
from? So I am now at 2 points of exhaustion.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Were we supposed to be rolling
So
at
am I. I don't feel
disadvantage?
bad.
Oh, stop dying, Lamau.
Okay, I slowed
If you
down.
already have a point of exhaustion, I believe saves are at disadvantage or abilities are at
Hold
disadvantage.
on, I'm
I'll tell you
checking,
right
I'm
now.
checking. Ability checks.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
It's not
for
until
1 point.
3 that it saves. We're good.
2
Exhaustion
is speed is
increases.
halved.
Speed is halved.
So
Disadvantage
Oh,
on
speed is
now.
halved and disadvantage.
Tamara, you're
No,
walking
no.
so slow.
You have disadvantage on ability checks and speed is halved. If you take another third level, that's when you get disadvantage on saving throws.
Right.
And attack rolls.
Not that I need those right now since I rolled a 10. Actually, a 6.
And for you, Sam, this is the furthest of the center of the light of the universe that is your pantheon of awareness.
That's why I said I really
Your-
don't like it here.
Yeah, the energy is diminishing and diminishing to the point to where you could barely even feel your connection with your pantheon, and you're beginning to be a little concerned about the ability to summon spells that are so kind of integrated in with that
Oh, no.
reality.
I need to get out of here. I'm dying.
You even begin to kind of mouth the bless spell under your under your breath as kind of like a passive way of testing, and you feel it connect, but just barely. Any deeper into these 9 hells, you kind of get the feeling you may lose that connection.
I feel like
Yeah.
Tinkerbell.
Can't one of you
I'm
guys
dying.
restoration and exhaustion away, or so? Isn't there something someone can do
Yes.
to make you? You guys are moving really
Yes.
slow.
I go up to fire and I like this.
Like a little toddler.
Fire, aren't you 2 levels of exhaustion now too?
No, I'm just 1.
Oh, you're just 1. Okay.
The journey continues, and this journey takes you through just a hellscape that is terrifying to see and hear, but there's a strange kind of cleanliness to it, a weird kind of like
Order.
a order, and you find yourself passing down this bizarre, like very well manicured, like alabaster blackened road that is now leading towards what looks to be a garden surrounding a very large iron tower at the center. And this whole journey is hard to understand time. It's hard to understand anything as you're constantly being bombarded by the sights and sounds of this. Evil is something that's recognizable. Evil is something that you spare as a label to individuals like Shulaman and those that practice the act of evil intent. You feel like you're in a place that is part of the outcome of existence within those that feel like they are merely living an existence that they have been given, and they therefore adapt to its reality. And great hordes of demonic creatures, all in similar fashion of weapon and attire, stand in neat rows and columns all about this particular area that you're crossing over. The echoes and cacophony of the wailing souls left behind, the great pits and the hordes of slaved souls that are in the process of constantly building, rebuilding, tearing down this great fortress city. But here you now approach the Iron Tower, and it is surrounded by a place that is known as the Garden of Delights.
Ooh.
However, it is a garden that is forbidden to all those, and Despater just turns to look at the six of you following him and merely points to the garden and says, "Please don't go in there. You will not enjoy yourselves, I assure you." And he turns back to continue leading the procession deep into the entryway
I'm
of the
looking in the
Iron
garden.
Tower. As you stare at the garden, who's staring at the garden?
I'm looking at the garden.
I'm going
Just
to try and
looking at
pull her back.
Yeah, give
I'm
me
really walking
charisma
past it like this.
save with advantage because Tyson's trying to pull you away.
Eek. 19 plus 6.
Plus 6.
25.
There's a moment, Thyson, where you feel like you're pulling back a small frog, but she manages to resist the curse of looking at the garden, and you yank her away just before she transforms and was about to join the garden permanently
As a frog?
as a
I
frog.
pull her back, and I'm just gonna lean over to her. When he says stuff like that, you should actually probably listen to him.
I only was looking. But I
Don't
get
even,
it.
don't even look.
Okay.
I'm
Don't
sleeping
think
on her
about-
shoulder, so I don't know what I'd turn into.
No, you'd have fallen on the ground because you didn't look.
Oh, what's up, Bash?
Oh, he is so squirmy.
Are you squirmy,
Here.
Bash? Are you squirmy,
Here
Bash?
at the entrance into the Iron Tower, you watch as Despater is immediately flanked by no less than 24 iron golems with the heavily affixed kind of scarification and etchings into their iron forms of the signet of Despater. And you cross through the threshold into the tower, looking directly up. This 999-mile tall tower looms directly over you. But here, as you enter into the base of the tower, it is a massive expanse.
They have an elevator.
And there is just looking up, it is a starscape, a nightscape. You can see comets hurtling through space. You can see moons and planets and galaxies swirling about in many different colors and schemes. But here in the very center is a small throne raised up on a dais. You watch as Despater climbs the stairs, sits in the throne, and now you begin to see unique looking devils and demons in the peripheral of the darkness of this space. Some dressed in military attire, some with great wings expanding out and then furl behind them. You watch as succubus and incubi kind of sit up on gargoyle protrusions that are looking down into the center of the space. And as the iron, what are they? They are the, as the Iron Guard take up position around Despater, Despater takes his seat, looks at the six of you. Now, normally, I would burn you all to ash, consume your souls, and be done with you. However, I have been told many stories about your accomplishments, and when I knew the curse took upon young Thyson here, and somewhere, and he wiggles his finger, and you watch as Thyson kind of spasms for a moment, and a little bit of blood crawls out of the corner of his mouth. And there is the essence of my son. Now, it requires the curse of a god to bring it into existence. It would seem that the Stormlord did take the bait quite nicely. And when I realized that the Kraken had been released and the great world bender and creator set upon Exandria, well, I figure this presented me with a juicy opportunity. You watch as he leans into a small glass globe. He pulls out something that wails and yells, and he pops it in his mouth and swallows it very quickly, kind of dabs at the corner of his mouth. So, what gift must I endure to free my son from such a form as that? I'm not necessarily against the idea of him being a tiefling, but we have business. We have things to do. Worlds to sunder. And, well, let's just say Zarel's a bit busy right now, and I have ideas. And he leans back in his throne and casually looks at the six of you. How about you? I wish you not to speak. And you watch as flesh grows over Samara's mouth. And she's like, she has like no mouth now. Any other god seekers here that I should worry about?
No, in particulars.
Step forward, Tyson. What would you like to be? What must I endure to get my son's essence from you? I'm not going to lie, the Wild Mother does have a strange sense of humor. To present the curse so blatantly in this fashion, I find interesting. Personally, I fucking hate her, but I must endure and endure. Sorry, I was losing my temper. Her scent is here, and I don't like it. You there, mouse. What is your name? For some reason, I don't have a scry image of you, and I don't know why that is.
Yeah, His Supreme Majesty Tobias Fairweather, King of the Pirates of the Astral Sea, first and last of his kind, releaser and recapture of Scourge the Undead Hydra, teller of truth, stealer of the statue of the Sacred Heart, emperor of the Astral Thieves, destroyer of the Blackheart clan, disruptor of Malar, the Beast Lord, Green Dragonbane, obtainer of the Arcane Seal, first pirate of Adverness, lover of queens. At your service.
I play, use prestidigitation and make a little fire explosion behind him.
Spader lets out this great guttural laugh. Well, with so many titles, I'm sure you're doomed to hell for sure. I would imagine I'll be seeing you anyways. But while you're here, you are most interesting indeed. You watch as he looks over at Asborn. I'm familiar with the Sinclairs. His eyes narrow as he pans by Samara with just this hateful look on his face. The things I must endure. And then
pat on the back.
looks at Fire, tilts his head in an awkward fashion, almost like trying to figure. There's this persistent electrical kind of like pulse in your mind. Who the fuck is the trickster? What is this thing that you believe in? I don't fathom it. I don't understand.
It's not a
The
god.
traveler? He's totally a god. He's my god.
He's not a god.
He's totally a god.
Well, she certainly believes him to be one. I can
gonna-
tell you that much.
I'm gonna kind of like come over to the corner. It's not a god.
Yeah.
It's a runaround fae.
He couldn't make me
Doing a
any
little
bigger,
scan
so
trick.
he's not a god.
You know what fae do.
The Wild Mother didn't make you
No.
bigger either.
Well, yeah, she's kind of iffy too.
Marakai. Excuse me, Marakai Bract. Your family has sent me many lovely things to consume. You are safe here. I would not want to get rid of someone who is so excellent in the business of murder. That seems such a waste. And he just smiles with this sanguinine grin in your direction. Oh, I'm sorry. Did your husband not tell you that what he really does is murder people to keep secrets from getting out? That is so sad.
See, and people thought I was the murderer. I mean,
Oh, you're very capable, Fire. There's no doubt about that.
well, that's true. But I'm not.
I need everybody to make wisdom saves, please.
Oh god, I'm so bad at this.
And I'm at disadvantage, right? Because of the exhaustion?
No, you're half speed
yes?
and
No, that's
disadvantage on
ability
ability checks.
Abilities. Third level of exhaustion is saving
Correct.
throws.
Oh,
I got a
oh
3.
that hurts.
Wisdom. Am I very wise? Oh, I'm
Solid
pretty wise.
8 over
I am
here.
pretty wise. Let's see. Hold up. That is solid. 22.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. The DC was a 20. So
I got a 20.
for everybody who got a 20 or higher, you don't get the ill effect of your brain being slightly prodded and picked apart. If you rolled a 19 or less, you just took another point of exhaustion.
I'm wearing the brooch. Does that help me at all?
It doesn't seem to respond.
Oh, damn it.
In fact, a lot of you begin to notice a lot of your magical equipment is not quite as magical as you remember it to be.
I'm feeling
the
really
bag of holding
tired,
work?
guys.
And you even begin to notice like some of your like armor and other things you brought down here with you is malformed. Like some of it's showing signs of striations and scaling. You begin to realize your skin is flaking. It's like you scratch at it and you kind of feel like
Oh man, is my hair falling out?
So I'm like wet all the time.
Yeah,
Am I
man.
wet anymore?
you're more dried out. Like
Oh no.
yeah, you feel opposite of the discomfort. While everyone else is sweating profusely, you're like constantly now scratching at your dry patches of skin.
Can I like
And-
try to pour water on myself?
Yeah, and as you do, it turns to steam.
Okay. This is it's not good, guys. I want to go home.
To leave.
I miss my babies.
So,
Yeah, but
how do we undo this bargain? There are ways of accomplishing this. I just don't think that you have the capability or the capacity to do it. And I certainly don't want the vessel carrying my son to be destroyed in the process. Dyson, come here.
All right, I approach.
And you're standing in front of the phone. Let me speak with my son. And he snaps his fingers. You guys watch as Thyson's form malforms, changes, and shifts into this like hunched over demonic looking creature, but all the flesh is inverted and the veins and muscle are inverted.
whoa.
The jaw is distended and kind of hanging down. And you watch as this figure slunched over, covered with slime and ichor. Hello, Father. This vessel
Inside of Dyson.
is adequate. The curse was taken as you expected it to be. They have no idea of what is to come. Well, it's good to see that you are still there. And he snaps his fingers again. And the tiefling form of Thyson returns. You see, the trick here is for me to pull this off. I am not allowed to kill the vessel of a god that imbued the curse. Now, the Storm Lord, and he's now kind of like leaning back like a barrister, like a lawyer. And he's going, now the Storm Lord accepted the idea of the curse upon the original form that you were, Thyson. Now the Wild Mother gave you the relief that you called for. Now, the combination of those two things, while imbued with the Kraken's egg within your soul, is the bit of the bait that I needed, the ability to reshape and remake the world in my choosing, or wherever I send the world bender to do its bidding. Now that I have it, though, I must extract it without damaging the vessel, because if I do, if you were to die after I extract these things, these powers, my son from you, well, fuck. The curse is reinstated. My son is put back into its prison, and I can basically say that I've wasted my time. Although time doesn't really matter to me. I am unending. It matters not. You hear a chuckle from the crowd of demons and creatures in the shadows. So, how do we do this? I would gladly entertain any ideas from any of you, if you have them. I mean, you've dealt with Zarel, have you not? Oh, shut up, you golden... just quiet over there. The stench from you is just too much for me to take. And your words would burn my ears. You can see that the Spader is just so caught off guard by Samara's pantomime. He kind of loses control for a moment, and his kind of former avatar self is kind of trying to come out and shift. The huge wings and the kind of like mucus covered skin comes out for a moment, and then he gets control over his anger and his hate as it kind of buries itself down in his form.
Lord Despader.
Ooh, I like that. Everybody, take hint. This is how you communicate with a god.
Yeah, so you can't kill Thyson, right? Because then that would
Technically, I can't. I mean, I could 1,000,000 times over, but
what if he's killed by somebody else?
Ooh.
Hey,
Just a second.
Quiet.
I'm getting to a point.
Oh, no, please. And you watch as he kind of shoots a glare at you, Fire. I might have to build a theme park for you, Tobias. What is your point?
Okay. Now, we actually came here for a reason, too, to talk to you.
Talk to me.
Yes.
Oh, I assumed that my... that young Dyson here was on his way to speak with me for the purposes of relieving himself of my son's soul. I was not aware.
I mean,
there were
he might have
ulterior
been.
motives.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, my dear lord. I had no idea he was even in here.
Oh, so those powers that you got as a tiefling were just assumed.
Yeah.
Okay. Traipsing
done
through
this-
curses as if this was time. You can't die, Thyson. You know this, right?
Done it 5 times. You never know.
we knew that. We know that.
I like the first version of him better, to tell you the truth. But I mean, hey, you got to take what you can get when it comes to friends. Anyway.
Oh, you mean this one? And you watch as Despader twists his hand, and Sigurd is back as if he never was consumed by the giant dragon turtle.
See, there's Siggy. That's the Sig I know and love.
Word.
And
So
then crushes the image, and Thyson's back.
Great. But we're having problems, like as you said, with Zarel, and I know you guys aren't buddy or friends, right?
Oh, we're definitely not buddy or friends. I like where this conversation is going. Continue.
So we want to destroy her because she's.
So do I.
Yeah, and so do you, right?
Done, but she's anchored.
I mean,
She's
well,
anchored. She still protects her gate, and she still is able to exist in the material plane. Something has her anchored there, and I've not been able to figure out what it is.
Yeah, it's a guy that's got her anchored there.
No, it's not Shulaman. I've
Oh, it's
checked.
not Shulaman. You checked.
No, I've checked.
Well, maybe it's that
somebody
gate.
else.
Somebody else.
It's the only way this works.
Hmm?
It's the only way it works. She is
The
the
halfling.
vessel of a she is the vessel of a prophet or a seer or an oracle, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
So
No,
she is
that's-
attached to the oracle for certain. Shulaman is her will. In other words, she exercises her will through Shulaman.
My notes.
Shulaman has corrupted the individual you call Qualish.
Mm-hmm.
But there is
Yeah.
a summoned anchor that requested her to arrive. And, well, I don't know who that is yet. That is who I'm trying to seek out. If I can figure out who that is, well, let's just say I could finally do some change of scenery.
Okay, yeah,
Someone-
exactly. So, if we can all help each other out, I think.
sure the
You know,
anchor's
when
not
mortals tell me that they want to help me out, I grow concerned.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily that we like you at all, but
Well, one doesn't have to like to get something done. I agree.
no, we have. It's very much a business, type of thing.
He leans forward on his knee to look down at you. Get to the point.
All right. Sorry, Your Majesty. So, you know things about her that we might not know. Maybe how we can trap her, kill her, whatever. You might gain some foothold in the first level there, and you might just be happy taking the souls you're taking now. You don't have to go after the material world like she's been doing, and everybody's happy.
Well, yes, this is all fine detail, but it's not doable unless you know who the pact is truly with.
Well, that's what we got to find out.
Yes, I agree. At least on this point, and you watch as he brings his hand closed and you grow 2 inches in height.
Yeah, Fire. Your little stupid god ain't a god at all. He couldn't even make me big. See how that works?
As he turns to say
We'll
that to
see if
you,
this lasts.
as he turns to say that to you, there's a perfect bald patch on the top of his head now.
On the top of whose head?
Yours.
Aren't you wearing it? He's wearing a hat though.
Hey.
Yeah, but you can see the front of it. There used to be fur on his forehead. It's now just bald.
why am I bald?
You're okay. You're losing some hair here, honey.
I think the fur didn't grow. Just
Nothing without a price.
Okay, I don't want to be losing my hair here. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll just stay small. Sorry.
Watch as the Spader looks at you and kind of gets that sanguine smile on his face and just.
Yeah, I've dealt with enough gods and know they say they're going to do something for you, but then there's always some kind of price to pay. Not just you, your unholiness.
Yes. But how do we undo this wild mother situation? How do we separate my son?
Well,
How do we separate the two? Well,
it'll
leaving the
probably
vessel
just
intact, therefore not triggering the curse of the wild. How do I do this?
if we do what we do, which we normally do, I don't know how we do it. It just happens. But anyway, there's a good chance that a lot of us aren't going to make it, including Dyson. But he'll get reborn. But your son will be free, and it'll probably be Zarel that does it.
No, now that the curse has been, integrated into the essence of my son, no, the rebirth curse is gone.
Oh, sorry, Dyson.
Dyson dies. He dies.
Well, it was a good plan up until that. Oh, but we could resurrect him.
Oh, you can always try to do anything that you want. I just want my son out of him so that I don't have to worry about the wild mother's curse. Or blessing. She calls it a blessing. Fuck it. I call it curse.
What happens what's the curse if you do anything to him?
Well, the vessel, if I destroy the vessel, turn it to ash to bring out my son's essence or his soul, normally I would move my bit of my son's essence into the body of another caretaker demon or archfiend within my purview. However, being blessed by the Wild Mother means that if I tried to do that, the plan will be undone, the world bender destroyed, and Thyson will still be dead, and my son doomed to banishment back to the 9th level of hell. Took me a long time to get him out there.
I have a question.
Yes. Follower
Good
of weird
thing.
named cloaked people.
His name
That's
is the
exactly
Traveler.
it.
And okay, so speaking of the Traveler, one of the things that he was, having me do was find his sister's pet. And Tira Ling has the pet. So could the thing that Zarel is anchored here with be be the Traveler's sister's pet? It's a floating island that kills things.
Well, it's actually a
Yes,
giant,
I'm aware
squid
of what
thing.
that creature is. That is a mere trifle and interference. No,
That-
divine
that-
creatures don't play these direct kind of games. It's about subterfuge.
The pet was stolen by Shulaman.
Stolen from who? Artagnan's sister, is what you say?
Yes,
Interesting.
that's what I was told.
Quick
But his
question.
sister would be Fey and Divine.
Yes.
That's not possible. They do not make bargains with deities. They're usually at war with each other and us and the celestials and the great things that make up the myriad of just, the never-ending war that never ends because it produces what we need, which is souls. It's
Out of
always
character.
about...
He didn't tell me out of character. He didn't tell me his sister's name, did he?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Go ahead, Samar.
Is telepathic bond a verbal thing?
Should say it on the spell.
Should say on the spell.
I think and it's also a ritual, so it'd take you 10 minutes to cast.
Well, no, I know, but while this whole conversation has been happening,
Yeah. Oh, let me
I
reset
think it says
my...
verbal somatic. Yeah, so never mind. Then I can't cast it.
Let me reset my camera. It was spiking. I
Okay.
forgot to do that before I started. Give me 1 sec.
Verbal, somatic, and material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have cast that. Because I have things to say and I can't say them. So
Because you're miming.
Write them
I'm
down.
miming.
Write them down, and I'll say it.
Okay, do I have paper? Do I have a scroll that I could write?
Sure,
down?
I would
always
say you
have
have a-
paper. Would you like
yeah.
to mime me
So
paper,
the whole
please?
time I'm writing and I'm saying, what if we ask the Wild Mother to take the blessing away from Thyson and I hand it to Tobias?
No.
Because since I'm like Wild Mother, I could talk
Yeah.
to her and be like, hey, we just really need this blessing gone. We appreciate it though. Thank you.
Dreaded Lord, Samara has a question.
Oh, you heard all that, right? Dreaded Lord. I like that one. There's like a chuckle that ripples out from the crowd.
What
I think we're like puppets right now.
what if she could have
Fun
what
show.
if she could have the blessing taken off?
Oh, interesting.
She does have like a direct line of communication with the Wild Mother.
I mean, you
Yes,
might want to let her
but-
talk because it'd be easier if she talked. You know, she
Or
is
does
like
not just simply break an oath for the purposes of removing said blessing. That is quite the, well,
How would that be breaking an oath?
Yeah, but she has like this cool spell that she can do where like the Wild Mother will like grant her a favor like once a day or something. I don't know. I don't do, like, the
deities
god
don't
stuff.
quite, pantheons and godlike creatures don't quite work that way. They don't exactly take it off the cuff when requests are made like that.
Don't you have that one spell where you can like once a day you can roll a d100?
That's divine intervention.
That one.
I don't think I have that. Isn't that like a
I'm
paladin
pretty
thing?
sure it's a cleric thing.
Oh, I
cleric
thought it was
thing? That's what I
anyone
meant.
with a god.
Yeah, Samara's a druid.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Baseline druid.
Never mind.
I have that.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't follow the Wild Mother.
Less
Breath of the
helpful.
Wild Mother. No.
There's
No, I don't have
always
that.
the
Sorry.
possibility of taking the champion's oath, is there not?
What is that?
You and
Can you speak
yours
yet?
face one of my chaos champions, and if you defeat it, I remove the curse.
I mean, we're pretty chaotic.
Wait. No.
Wait, you can't remember.
He's the one that
You
wants the
remove the
curse
curse?
removed. Why do we have
I
to fight
can-
someone to remove the curse?
I can remove the intent of why he's here. If he falls in battle, he dies, but I did not kill him. He makes his own choice to do battle with the Chaos Champion.
Oh, so we have to win, but he has to die during the battle?
Maybe,
Just, like, take a
I
dive?
don't know. Well, these things can happen sometimes.
What if one of us just like kills him?
Hey,
Oh.
And
I
just
mean, that
throw
was
him
my
in the
original
house.
thought too.
He comes back all the time.
It's nice.
If you
Hey,
think-
you don't want to
If you
kill him
think
in
you can
hell.
kill him, feel
reborn
free.
thing stopped.
I'm just trying to just throwing it. Don't you also have like the diamond thing that can make people come back?
Like I said, the Brecks are natural murderers.
Don't want
I
him
get-
to like be dead.
Tell me more about the gentleman. That's what I want to know about.
Oh, there's not much to say to him. He does his doings and keeps the pits full. Another one that I am more than happy to let live.
Damn it. All right. Give me some juicy info on him.
Is that what we're hearing behind us?
Yeah,
It's a baby demon. This is my other son.
You watch a little baby demon come walking out of the crowd with a little tail, little wings.
Aw.
With a teether that's souls.
Yeah, every time he sucks on it.
Ah! Oh God, help us! Ah! He's teething! Ah! No.
Little fang sprouts out.
hmm
There's just kind of
So-
like a calm silence over the crowd right now as Spader just leans forward to stare at the six of you.
Okay, so Wild Mother removes the curse. He dies.
Blessing,
The
curse,
curse is
whatever.
removed.
Yes.
I'm listing our options here.
Well, there's one other one, but I don't know. It's probably
Let's hear it.
more. Well, so there is an item back up in Avernus. It is, well, it's called a rubric. It is designed to trap creatures like Zarel and keep them contained. Now, this one she keeps close to her avatar form in hopes of, well, making sure no one ever finds it and is able to imprison her again. That's another
But-
option. But it is heavily guarded back up in her main fortress and her dwelling. I'm sure guarded by thousands and nigh impossible to get. But it would solve two of our problems, because if you were to entrap Zarel, figure out who her anchor is, that would afford me the opportunity to retrieve my son without destroying Dyson.
I like that idea better.
It's just a
Um,
bit more
how-
challenging and difficult for me to do it that way, but
Yeah.
like
What
I
if
said,
you,
I've spent a millennia putting this plan together.
Oh, then I don't have to say nothing.
How do we get it? And
I don't know, sneak in, do a little B&E, little murder, little assassination, all the
I mean,
things.
that sounds
that-
right up our alley.
You're so good at subterfuge.
I'm pretty sneaky. Well, like, what about like the thousands of things you said? Maybe like you salt that area with thousands of your demons, and while they're busy, we sneak in and get it and take care of business.
He leans back and looks at you. Give me a persuasion check, Tobias.
Come on. Baby
on,
needs a new
gamer.
pair of shoes.
We really need Asborn to be talking. His charisma's higher.
I know. Let's see.
I kind of don't want to speak
Because it's in hell and everything's reversed. I got a 6, so that means it's a natural 20.
He just looks at you and he goes,
I'm not very charismatic, sorry.
I don't think I'm going to expend a great deal of my power knowing that chances are you and your lot are going to fail.
Wait. Let me stop you right there, real quick. Eater of souls.
Ooh, you heard that one. I like that one. The chuckles ripple through the crowd again.
Yeah. You've kind of been keeping your eye on us, right?
From time to time. Yeah.
Time to time, right? When have we failed?
Well, I found the situation at Dark Toe to be quite interesting. Don't get me wrong. Definitely sent quite a few souls my way. The Obsidian Gate was definitely a success. The travels through the Morrow and the escort of your fair queen back into her empire. What you see as successes or failures could just be outcomes.
Well,
I don't know if I'd call everything you've done successful.
well, here's my six. This is my bar here. We're all still here, and we
For the
fucked
most
up a
part,
lot
you
of shit.
For the
That's a
most
good
part,
point.
you have.
So
So I think
But
we
after
can do it this
that-
time too.
Yes,
Fearsome
Sam.
Lord, what if instead of lending your legions to help us in this quest, instead you transport us back to our realm for one day so that we can be well rested before we return to Avernus to retrieve this rubric for
He
you?
can fix us right now. He's
So,
powerful.
Tobias, you're reading that out after Sam hands you.
Oh, that's right. Scribble.
I'm like, can't you could just fix it, right? I mean, come on.
So, Sam, go ahead and give me persuasion. God, he is fussy.
No, he's just talking right now. He's grabbing his feet.
Oh, okay. He's having a conversation with the only two things that he can win with.
Now, when they're grabbing their feet, that means they're going to go like this and then try to roll over, and they're going to get on their tummies pretty soon. Yay!
Well, he's in a
A
bassinet.
4?
so
What?
4.
I mean, you can't talk, so it's not super surprising you're not persuasive.
Oh, yes, I should just let you all walk out of here without a bargain. No, that's not how that works.
A bargain. Well, mortals always get the short end of the stick on those fucking things. But hey, I think just, I mean, you guys are always fighting
and you
anyway,
watch
right?
as the Spader closes his hand. The form of Thyson rips in half. And you watch as the gelatinous mass of his son spills out of the
Gross.
form of Thyson. And the two halves of Thyson kind of like gelatinate and just kind of squish to the ground. And you watch as
I'm dead.
you watch as the squeegee and worm-like creature kind of moves forward, stumbles
It's so gross.
stumbles a bit and kind of comes back
Chip
into
off
its
the old block.
form. Its long distended jaw, its orbish eyes, its inverted skin and vessels is dripping with the ichor of internal organs. It takes a step forward and, well, that kind of worked, didn't it? And then you just watch as the form turns to ash. The two halves of Thyson come back together and is remade. Despader just growls under his breath. Fuck. Well, that didn't work. We'll have to try something else.
Ew.
Hey,
Ew.
A for effort.
I would prefer. Don't grade me.
But it was a good grade.
I don't
Plan
know.
A
B.
plus.
Plan B. We're gonna head off to what's her face's.
Okay, wait. Look, I can't do this when I'm tired. I drink water. I drink water that tastes like sand. Come on. I know there's a place here where they got real food, real water. We can get a rest. I know you can make that
I think
happen.
there is.
I know you're not no wandering God, smiling, grinning God that can't do anything.
Then the goal is to seek the rubric. Then
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
he snaps his fingers. All of you now have a long rest. All of your exhaustion is gone.
all of it, even if you have two.
Even if there's
Even
two?
if you have two.
Yeah,
Yep.
she-
Oh, thank
Ask him
God.
extra questions.
Gone.
Amazing.
And the next thing you notice, you're no longer in the throne room. You're back at the Hell Gates where you originally started this whole journey. And the Spader looks at the six of you. Well, don't fuck this up. And he disappears. The gates are lit back up again.
Okay, we are definitely gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh wait, is Sam's mouth
So
back?
we needed more info.
Oh my god. Clovis, you've got to mute when you're not
Sorry.
talking. He is just
we needed
squealing.
more info.
What did we need?
Where's this thing at?
Supposed to go? What's it look like?
Does Sam have a mouth?
We'll go to
Yes,
their
the
library and look
fleshy
up
bit
rubric.
is
Okay.
gone, and she's able to talk again.
Woohoo!
God.
Welcome back.
Ah,
What the heck?
I thought one good thing would come of this.
Ha ha ha.
Oh.
Just kidding, Sam.
Just wait, Brett.
Just wait, rat.
See? See?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Nicest guy to me is a
Sam saying
demon.
it. That was Sam saying it, not Mara saying it. Mara was the one that said she hasn't called you a rat.
I
Mara
know.
has never.
See?
But she's been my second in command for the longest time.
Exactly.
There we go.
So
Now
she's
I'm
always
good.
nice to me.
Okay. So.
So her and Despater are my friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed this. Were we back in our plane or are we in
No.
Avernus?
Still on
No,
our-
we're back in
You're
Avernus.
still in Dis.
Oh, dish.
We're still
Oh,
in
Dis.
Dis.
Still in Dis,
At
but
the
you're back
gate.
at the very beginning where he met you.
But can we
Gate
go
is
back through the,
reactivated.
is
That
the
would
gate
allow you to
two
go
ways?
back. Possibly. Gate has been
Who's going first
reactivated.
this
The-
time?
Hey, Dyson, talk to your
arcane
dad and
light.
find out where we need to find this thing at.
Well, it's where her avatar thingy is. Isn't that what he told us?
That's what he mentioned.
Do we know
Okay,
where that
yeah.
is?
There was the giant citadel at the very center of the city.
Okay, so then there, I guess.
That
Right.
that one
Good
that we
educated
couldn't
guess.
go up to.
Okay.
Was it that one that we couldn't go up to?
Yeah.
Take out my
remember.
pizza delivery costume. Pizza.
Make it demonic.
It's a
Your demonic pizza delivery costume.
soul pizza
So that's the question.
with
like,
extra
so
soul.
Let's take a second before we're moving to decide
Mhm.
on what we're going to do when we get there. How are we going to sneak in? What are we looking for?
Said it was a box, right?
Good idea. We're looking for a rubric which can contain
Her
So-
avatar. That'll be with her avatar.
and
I feel like this is like the
Then what?
bag that you were given that captures the pet, except this one captures her.
Why don't we just ask for an audience?
With who?
I don't think that's a good idea. She
Let's
knows.
do
Zarel.
But she
Isn't
knows
she on-
us.
Yeah.
So my
Let's
question
wait
is,
until
can she
after
be
we
on
have-
two planes at once. Isn't she on our plane?
Yeah. She's split.
Part of her is on. Part of
Oh,
her is
so
on.
she can split up. Okay.
So let's wait until after we have the artifact that can contain her. Before, what's it called again?
The
Right.
rubric.
Rubric. Let's wait until after we have the rubric.
I don't think she's going to.
Man,
once
he's
she
not even
knows
going
that
to
the
throw
rubric
us a
is missing,
bone.
she's
I
not
don't
gonna-
like this. The Spader should have hooked us up a little bit better than this. He wants this to
Okay.
work.
But here's the thing: if she knows that the rubric's missing, she's not going to agree to an audience with us.
Then we make
I
it
think-
look like
No, we're
rubric's
going to have
still
to just
there.
fight
Yeah,
her,
so
get the
we have to
rubric, and
try and
put her
make
in
it
there.
like it's still there.
Can we put her in it on this plane, or do we have to go back to our plane and put her in it?
I don't
think
know.
it's our plane.
Yeah,
Okay.
once again, we didn't ask any questions about
Okay,
this.
so
before
we
you
just got to
sent us
get it
back.
and go. In plane shift.
Maybe.
Okay. Solid plan.
Totally solid.
Yep. Maybe, I don't
Yep.
know.
Well
Sounds
thought.
about like any of our other plans that we did, which we don't make plans, we just go do it.
Well, we make plans, but we don't follow them.
How
That
tall
is
is this
also very
tower?
valid.
How tall is the tower? It's not 900 miles tall, is it?
I
No.
mean, you remember the Tower of Erm, which is at the center of the cityscape that you were in. It's obviously an anchor and a bow to the form that is Zarel. It's where she gathers up her armies and her forces and uses her influence on the levels of Avernus to maintain the never-ending war. I mean, according to the Spaders, somewhere in there is a device called the Rubric, which is designed to contain her form.
Rubric.
Hey, Samara, how are your spells feeling?
Let me just. How do I feel?
I'm disconnected, but
Okay.
barely connected. It's there, but
Not
sometimes
great.
not there.
Not
Do you think
real
if we
great.
go back to Avernus, you'll feel better, or is it anywhere in the Nine Hells you're like that bad?
I feel like it's if the closer I get to our realm, the better for everybody.
So
myself
maybe if
mostly.
we go through this portal, you'll feel better.
I can try.
Okay. Shall we?
Let me walk through.
Oh, one first this time.
You watch as Samara walks through the gate, disappears. You're back on the other side, Samara. You do feel slightly more connected, not nearly as bad as it was before. And you're
Okay.
back in the bone, kind of like the massive creature skeleton that kind of made up the entry point into this gateway.
All right, let's go to the
I stay
go.
tower.
inside and let them all walk through.
Yeah, we'll walk through.
Okay. Eventually, you guys all walk back through. You're back on the level of Avernus. You recognize the environment, the area. You walk out of the Valley of Bone and up back into the blasted wastes, and there in the very center, you see the
I
Tower
feed
of
my bugs
Erm
again.
and the great city. As you feed your bugs, they are now back into their buggy form. They're no longer the distended and distorted, corrupted forms that you saw. Some of you notice that your skin's a little bit better. Your food and water still taste like ash, but for the most part, you don't feel nearly as oppressed and nearly as exhausted as you did when you were on Dis.
How does my magical items look?
They have kind of normalized a bit.
Okay.
How's my baldness?
You're
My mouse
back to
pattern baldness.
You're
No.
back to normal height, and your
Okay.
poof of hair is back.
See, I told you, not even a real god can make you taller.
I think you guys get the feeling that the longer you stay in Dis, the more the place changes you. It malforms you, it corrupts you, it changes you. And then you begin to imagine that great crowd of onlookers of demons and devils at some point could have either been other travelers, other adventurers at some point in their lives had reached that far into the Great Iron Tower, only to be talked into a point where they just never leave, and they slowly were corrupted and changed and remade into other things.
More power.
Bad.
Oh.
Little wings start to sprout out of Tobias's bag.
Yes, the power. No.
You fit in a little too well in here, Tobias.
Okay. So let's
Okay,
go to the
You're
tower.
back up
Wait,
on the
wait,
blasted
before we go down.
flats, and you can see the great city of Erm and the great tower at the center of it off in the distance.
Is it climbable?
All towers are climbable, aren't they?
No, I don't know. Maybe it's smooth and has petroleum jelly all over it. I don't know.
I mean, it is hell, so that makes sense.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Has it got handholds and stuff? And
My question would be how much magic the demons can sense, because if we try and make ourselves look like them, or if we try and go
Yeah,
invisible,
they're not gonna.
how,
I don't think they're gonna fall
how much
for
is
it. I
that
don't
going
think.
to pull? Yeah,
They
I don't
probably
think we
have
can pull them.
true
we have
sight.
the rings. We have the rings, but that stairway that led up, that we couldn't go up. We like tried going up, and we didn't go any farther. It just kept,
No, we could go up there, but you had to.
No, we had to have a demon. Oh yeah, we had to do the blood.
Yeah, the blood.
The blood sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can get in. We were in before. Hey, let's go to the library and ask about the Rubik. Any books you have on the Rubik, and how to defeat the Avatar of Zarel? Do you have any books?
No
on
reason.
It?
No reason.
No reason. Just curious.
Academic
We're
curiosity.
We're doing a fiction book.
Do you know how to kill a god? Real quick, off the top of your head.
What can kill Zarel? Do you have that book?
Over here, we have a very extensive collection of books called The God Killers. Yes.
That's right.
Everything in
Ooh,
minute
fiction.
detail of what it takes to kill the unending creatures known as gods.
I got a question.
That sounds legit.
I know, like, all water just instantly evaporates, right?
Well, it did down on Dis. When you're on this level, it's still very warm and you sweat profusely. It's very humid. Water pours out of your containers. It just tastes like ash.
What would happen if I were to get a absolute mess of holy water? Would holy water do better up here?
Was it the unholy water that you
I'm
bought?
talking about just holy water. Come on.
Actual holy water.
Who knows? I mean, it could probably end up being quite dangerous on these levels.
I'm gonna go
Can
over
I
to
create
fire.
holy water?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to fire and give like a canteen of water. Can you bless us real quick?
Does it work that way?
I think there's a
there a
spell that
spell?
allows you to make holy water.
Hold
I
on.
believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
I think bless allows you to create holy water. Read the
Yeah,
spell.
I think you make a gallon of holy water. I think. Let me look.
Yeah.
It's a lot of holy water. Just carrying a jug of water around.
You're
Let
blessed.
me.
And you're blessed. And you're blessed.
Or is it create water?
No, it's not create water. See.
Well,
You have
can
to have the
create
water, I think. Oh no, that's not it. Oh yeah. Oh no, it says it needs a sprinkling of holy water. Okay, let's see.
Where's one that's? Is there one that's create holy water? Is that a paladin thing?
No, it's not. It's not. There's not a create holy water, but it's called something else. I just can't remember.
Is it purify?
You make it by performing a special ritual.
Did we go like find a corner somewhere?
A cleric and paladin may create holy water by performing a special ritual. The ritual takes 1 hour to perform, uses 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver, and requires the caster to expend a first level spell slot.
There you go.
Oh, so it's just a class feature.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
So you gonna holy it up?
And it takes how long?
An hour.
An hour.
It takes an hour. And
Okay, well, when we stop. or
fiends
when
and
we-
undead take 2d6 radiant damage from holy water when it's thrown on them. It can be used as an
Sweet.
improvised weapon, it says.
Huh.
Cool.
We could.
So if we all
definitely do
dip our weapons into the holy water,
that. Ooh, except I don't use a weapon. But for the rest of you, ooh,
what if you dip your
Just put
claws
you
into
put your
the?
fists in it. Yeah.
paint my nails with it.
Yeah.
Would they sense it though? Like, is it like kryptonite? Like they can kind of feel it as it's getting closer? No?
I mean, I hope so because it sounds cool that it's like kryptonite.
I really hope not.
I'm just picturing vampires like.
Based off my knowledge of demons, since I am like half one, cool. How debilitating is holy water? Like in this level?
It depends on its use. Avernus is considered the gateway into the Nine Hells. This is the first tier, first level. Most of the never-ending war that goes on in the Blasted Lands here are just great legions of demons, devils, and led by, greater demons, greater devils, and fiends, and these chaotic constructs that are constantly fighting each other, ripping each other apart, being rebuilt to create this perpetual malice in this place. And it's that malice that seeps into the greater known material plane. And that's how sometimes influenced via cults or priest-like orders, or those that look to gain favor on those that harbor power over the Nine Hells, kind of maintain their influential magics as well. But holy water itself could have various degrees of effect. It has a certain kind of effect on undead, on fiends and demons, and anything blessed with a radiant bit of magic or understanding of radiance will definitely do some harm down here.
So we could technically, what spells do I even have?
So, Fire, as you're doing the toddler ceremony of talking to your feet, it's about an hour as you guys are discussing plans, but the ceremony continues. You bring out the little altar that you've kind of dedicated to the traveler. You light a couple candles, and you bring out one of your favorite stories that you remember about the traveler, and you begin to focus it on that, and one of those comedic kind of memories just vanishes from your mind into the altar. And as it does, the altar kind of and explodes with a bit of arcane radiant light, and the small thing of water directly in front of you begins to shimmer with a bit of kind of like arcane and radiance to it. It's no longer just plain simple water, as you've made.
I'm gonna cover it so nobody sees it.
Yeah, and we'll say you've made a gallon of holy water. And it's at that moment you see a familiar form appear near you. Well, I have seen you in some strange places. I've even seen you in some compromising positions. I've got to be honest with you. This is by far the strangest and most compromised position I think you could find yourself in.
Yeah, we kind of fell in here.
Yes. I see that, things with Thyson have become full circle, have they not?
Mm-hmm.
So, why are you here? Why are you making holy water? And, oh my god, this place smells so bad.
Oh, you should see how it tastes. I mean, don't, because it's gross.
I don't really know how to respond to that. That's quite funny. Why are you here, Fire? Why aren't you up top making jokes and having fun?
We're gonna go back. But we're trying to get your sister's pet back from Tiraling and Zarel. So in order to do that, we're trying to find the rubric so that we can catch Zarel, so that we can get your pet.
The rubric?
Yes.
Well, who put that silly idea in your head?
That Bader guy?
Bader.
It's Spada.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's all. Just, one of the 9 betrayer gods. You had a conversation with him, and now he's convinced you to go after a rubric in order to trap another betrayer god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize these creatures, these things are master manipulators. They almost always have something in the background going on. If he's allowed you to live,
he just wants us to die.
Well, no. Suffering a lot first is more pleasurable for them. To simply die doesn't really give much pleasure. It's the suffering of your soul that matters more to these things. Well, I can't linger here much anyways, or else I'll get the stink on me. Anyways, I can give you a little advice about the rubric.
Okay.
It is very much deep in the bowels of the Tower of You will have to do an god-awful thing called a blood sacrifice to get in. It'll be very painful and,
Oh.
well, can be quite altering if you're not careful. You'll find a stairwell in the center of It is made of bone and flesh. You'll want to take that stairwell deep into the bowels of the tower. There you should be able to find her throne. Attached to her throne should be her avatar. Unfortunately, to get to the rubric, you'll have to defeat her avatar. There's just no way around it other than that. It's been nice knowing you, Fire. Good luck.
No.
Poof. You watch as the poof of smoke. And he's gone. You guys watch as a gallon of holy water is made. You bring it over to Thyson, hand it off to Thyson. By the way, that entire conversation was between you and Artagan. No one else saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't summon enough of his radiant being to be able to be viewed down there. He's only able to communicate with you.
Hey, but he helped me make holy water, so that's all good. That's great.
Well, there's
great.
that.
Why do we need holy water, guys?
I don't
Hand
know, that
the
was Tyson's idea.
gallon. Yeah, you hand the gallon of it over to Thyson.
Tyson, here's a gallon of holy water. Why did we need holy water?
All right, hold on.
And the traveler says this is a bad idea, and your dad is very manipulative.
Yeah, that's the point.
I mean, we kind of knew
I
that.
think that comes
It's
with the
not
job
new
description of being demon.
And he's like a betrayer god, and
Yes,
so is
that's yes.
Zarel. And I mean, maybe we just want to kick her ass back here and not trap her with the rubric.
I don't think we're going to be able to defeat her without trapping her.
Or does the rubric bring her back here? I was kind of
I
fuzzy
don't-
on those deals.
Traps are in it.
Did the traveler have anything else to say?
He said, "Nice knowing me."
That's not.
But he didn't give us any more information on like how to get in there or anything.
Oh yeah, he says it's deep in the bowels of the Tower of and there's this stairway made of bone and flesh, and we take it down into the bowels of the tower, and then we have to go to the throne room, and then we have to defeat her avatar in order to get it.
Well,
I mean,
that
no
sounds
big.
terrible.
You know how
We
to
got
defeat an avatar of a god? I don't know how to defeat an avatar of the god.
Well, we'll
Have we
get
done that
there.
already?
Kick its ass. That's how you do it.
He said.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's got to have some pretty strong tricks up its sleeve if it's the avatar of a god.
I mean, probably, yeah.
But it's not the whole god, so it can be defeated. It's
No,
the
but
avatar.
It's probably
Exactly.
Qualish. It's probably Qualish on the back of a lich dragon. I mean, dragon lich.
What if Qualish is
Let's
the
let's
anchor?
not go making it worse than it's going to be. Come on, let's just go see what it's going to be. Deal with
But
it.
what if Qualish is the anchor that's keeping her there?
But Qualish
Remember-
wasn't it from the beginning. That wouldn't the anchor have been from the point of her being summoned?
Maybe
What
it's
was
that little
there from the
halfling
beginning?
broad that did it.
No, because that's just the vessel.
Okay.
That's why I was asking if maybe it was the island, because
But Qualish was on
Because-
the island, wasn't he?
not
Like-
the my sister's pet island, not the one that was attacking people. Well, maybe was he? No, I thought it was a different island.
I thought that island had dinosaurs on it, and the dinosaurs were because of Qualish. They were like
hmm
made by Qualish.
Right, but my sister's pet, the pet island
Mhm.
was the one with the fish people.
Yeah, this was all before I joined you all, so I
Right.
don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
So before you joined us,
Yeah.
Shulaman took Tierling and took her to the island that's my sister, the
Yeah.
traveler's sister's pet. Okay, the pet island. I'm just gonna call it the pet island now. So he took Tierling to the pet island, and then at the pet island, he took her underwater to this giant portal.
Well, I was there when we found
And she was-
Tierling.
Right. So that was the pet island
Okay.
under the giant portal, or on the giant portal that was killing my sister's pet. I mean, the pet island.
I still think that Qualish
Traveler's
is involved.
sister. But Qualish wasn't.
He's
Because
just
when we met
chaotic
Qualish-
enough to be he's just chaotic enough to be the linchpin for it.
No, but when we met him, he wasn't deranged like that. You
He
didn't
was
see
pretty
him.
weird
He
when
was-
I met him.
He was weird. Now he's deranged. Like bits and pieces of him are falling off deranged.
It's definitely gone
It's
off the
bad.
rails.
Yeah. I mean, bad. So, I don't think it's Qualish. Because Qualish wasn't around. He was free range after Tyrling came to be. You know, I mean, if he was the summoned thing that it was she's bound to, they'd have him under lock and key. Maybe he is now, but can that be transferred? Maybe Shulamon transferred it to Qualish.
I don't know. But I think we should start making our way towards this Tower of Bone or whatever.
No, it's just a stairway made of bone. The
The
tower
Stairway of Bone.
The Tower of Erm? Erm?
Mhm.
I wrote that down as ERM. Erm?
URM.
Erm?
Or you could spell it URM. Erm.
Erm?
Okay, Tower of Erm. Okay.
So as you guys proceed to walk through the blasted lands of the area surrounding the chained city of El Terrell, you're beginning to get closer to the city again. At the very center of the city is the Tower of Erm, and then the bastion that is where Zarel calls her throne. The familiar gates.
And we look like with the ringies, we look like demons.
You
It's
tell me.
with-
Or no, they
I
had
think we-
people in the city.
They had
I think-
corrupted versions of people and some travelers similar to, that you'd expect to see in any common city, people that have traveled to
so
Urbanus for.
Let's look like corrupted versions of ourselves.
Okay.
How about that? What do you think, Tobias? Asborn?
Oh, I
Sarah?
demand descriptions if you're going to do that.
No.
Corrupted versions of ourselves.
Like
Correct
one
versions
extra
of ourselves.
horn.
No, I'm just gonna look like one of those common demons you see all over the place.
I want to look
My-
like a zombie tabaxi.
Can I look like my
I-
brother, but just a bit uglier? Like Asmon, but like his left eye is crooked.
Isn't his left eye crooked anyway?
Let's
I-
amplify that.
Want to look like myself, but my orc fangs get bigger. I'm more scarred, and my eyes have gone completely black.
Okay, like that.
Can I be a fire ganassi?
Ooh.
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I want to look like one of those little pain in the ass demons, little ones that like poke people and shit.
The little turkey demon.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the little common ones that are always around causing trouble.
Yeah, I love it. So with that, you guys arrive to the gates into El Terrell, the chained city. In the very center, you can see the huge Tower of Erm. Telling one demon or devil or legion guardian from another is not overtly simple, but you find yourself through the gates back into the busy streets of the El Terrell, the great soulless marketplace sprawled out around you. Souls change hands, and once again, the familiar sounds of comets raining down out in the blasted lands. Every comet, a soul coming to final rest. But you make your way through the crowded streets. You're now at the very center. You're back to the stairwell that leads up to the Tower of Erm. What would you guys like to do?
Well, we gotta. Yeah. Doot, 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 doot. Poke some blood.
Is everybody doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know what you just did.
I mean, I do it all the time anyway.
I went like,
Squeezing out some blood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not use my fancy rapier. I'm just gonna use one of my normal daggers, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't need your fancy
So
rapier
who's going
telling you about
first?
yourself.
I'll go first.
Ryder
I'm
went
used to
for
it.
You guys watch as Mara steps up onto the first step
Like
of the
right in my
stairwell,
forearm.
and she just quickly
Dude, you just have to poke yourself. You don't have to slash yourself. Come on, woman.
and
Oh,
you
sorry, habit. Sorry. Sorry.
you watch as the blood coagulates in her hand, and she holds it up in front of her. A tear appears, this blackened red tear, and you watch as Mara steps through it, and then it seals shut.
Do I need to give
What
myself
was
damage?
supposed to happen?
It's just what you see.
Right, but what was that? Was that what happened last time?
Last
I'll
time
do-
you didn't do the sacrifice, so the stairs were unending. They just never took you anywhere.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Tobias, you your finger.
I'm gonna have to
I
borrow
thought that's where we
Tyson's
went.
dagger first.
Oh. I guess that's not where we went up for the library.
No, that was a different building, different structure. So one by one, blood sacrifice is made. Tear in space in front of you. Once again, all 6 of you are now back together. And inside the base of the Tower of Erm, you can see this great stairwell in the very center. The stairwell that goes up is made of flesh, and the
Ew.
stairwell that goes down is made of bone.
Ew.
We have to
I
go
hate it
down.
here.
I hate it here.
We have to go down the bone one.
We
Mm-hmm.
have to go. He said we have to go down. It's deep in
We
the
gotta go down on the bone.
A stairwell made of bone and flesh. Take
I
it
guess I
down.
prefer bone to flesh.
Tobias
Down
is
we
like this little
go.
two-legged demon hopping around. Let's go down the bone. Let's go down the bone.
Gotta go down on the bone.
Okay, down we go.
So you guys approach the edge of the platform that the staircase descends down or up. As you approach it, hundreds of faces kind of leer at you from the flesh of the stairwell that leads up. The bones are kind of intertwined with muscle and tissue and veins, but the bone staircase is fully exposed. It kind of moves under your hands as you go to touch it to walk down it. You feel it kind of vibrate a little bit, and you can feel the containment of thousands of souls that make up this stairwell as you begin to walk down this very long, circling, diminishing stairwell that seems to just take forever. I need everyone to make con saves, please.
Oh man, again.
Which dice am I going to use? It's not gonna
I got
fuck
a
me over.
7.
Okay.
Oh, as we're not good. You don't need
Not
a
natural 20.
Okay.
22.
22. What's your full number, Mara?
Non-natural
Oh,
20.
my God.
Gotcha.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a 22.
Fire.
I got a natty 20 for a 21.
Okay. So
Come on,
Asborn,
it's only plus one.
as all of you are walking slowly down, your fingers begin to shrink and age. You feel your hair grow beyond your face. You feel your skin begin to puckle, like get wrinkled and
only Asborn?
pucker, and just kind of like your cheeks get very sallow, and you feel
Okay,
a hunch
turning
in your
bones.
back.
Is it only Asborn?
None of you see this.
Oh,
It's turning into the
that's
bones.
weird.
And Asborn, as you continue down the stairwell, and then you try to shake off the effect, all of you notice that there are now long gray silver streaks in Asborn's hair. Asborn, you have aged 21 years.
Ew, old Asmon. Yucky.
Your skin's a little bit more wrinkly as the stairwell has taken a bit of your life essence from
That
you.
would have killed me. Probably.
And as you all continue down and down and down, Samara, you feel discordant,
Yep.
overwhelmed by the grimness of this place.
My magic is leaving me.
It feels tenuous the deeper. At this point, all of you begin to realize that you've had to keep track of time in your mind, the number of hours spent wherever you've been. And
Oh,
right
I'm gonna
now,
feed my bugs again.
yeah, it's time is still time. The hours tick by, but it takes you almost maybe 8 or 9 hours to descend the staircase. It's just this great, methodic, plodding deeper and deeper until finally boots hit hardened stone of an interior chamber, a waiting room of sorts filled with hundreds of decrepit looking creatures in like almost like a perpetual condition of stasis. Their heads almost turn in unison towards you, blink, just soulless eyes, and their limbo like existence goes back to just meandering, waiting for an opportunity to speak, see, or do something. And there are thousands of these forms just kind of lingering around, crowding the space. On the other side of the chamber, you can see a great white and purple doorway that's 30 feet in height, 10 feet in width. You can see these two huge demonic creatures on either side of it, but the doors are shut. What are you guys doing?
So before we go anywhere near them, I need to have a little huddle, football huddle with them, and be like, guys, the further we go down, the weaker I'm feeling. I'm probably not going to be very helpful in this upcoming fight. I'm just warning you.
Well, try your best.
Thanks,
Just try and
bud.
hit him hard.
Everything is terrible.
I believe in you.
If
Okay,
anything,
good job, everyone.
if anything, be a meat shield for us so we can get in there.
I can try. Best I
you-
can do is turn into a meat shield animal.
Dinosaur.
Don't worry, it'll work out.
Would you like a cup of holy water?
I mean, maybe. Okay, so
Yeah, maybe
we
drinking
should go
holy
talk
water
to
would help
these
you.
giant demons.
Can we have her? Can we put a little bit of
hold on.
holy water in a cup
Cast
and then
holy
just
water shot.
have her? Yeah, a little holy water shot.
Like,
Mara, what'd you say?
Someone cast languages. Like speak
Oh.
speak
Comprehend
and
language.
understand languages.
I
Oh.
think I have that. Hold on.
Because unless someone knows like infernal and all that nonsense.
Oh,
Wait,
I
Tyson,
can
do you know
cast.
Infernal?
Well, I
Comprehend
can
languages.
speak Infernal
He
'cause
already,
I'm a thief,
yeah,
so-
Thyson knows infernal.
Well, then we don't have to
Just
worry
in
about it.
case.
In case what?
I don't know. Are we negotiating or are we fighting?
Yes.
We want to fight the least amount of things we have to, so like let's get
Yeah,
past those
so
two big
negotiate.
things and we'll go from there.
I only have comprehend languages. It won't help me speak anything.
No, that does help you speak, doesn't it?
Comprehend
I
languages.
thought it was only comprehend. You can understand it. You can't necessarily speak it. Right? Yes?
I don't know.
It just
I
says
think
you
it's
understand.
tongues.
You guys
Yeah.
are standing
Tongues.
amongst hundreds of
Among.
rotting corpses. You can see the great clouds of
They look just like me.
flies that swoop in and out. The biting of the insects kind of land on your flesh through the illusion and dig in. You feel stingers sting into your skin.
Oh no! I get the insect repellent out.
Doesn't seem to work.
Damn it!
They're demon insects, fuckers.
You guys are now making your way through this crowded space, getting closer and closer to the doors. As you finally arrive after what feels like hours of traveling through this limbo condition, the two great effigies of these huge demonic creatures on either side. The first one looks down at the six of you. Though I live beneath a roof, I never seem to dry. If you will only hold me, I swear I will not lie. What am I? And then the demon kind of goes back into its position.
Out of character. Say that again.
Yeah.
Though I live beneath a roof, I never seem to dry. If you will only hold me, I swear I will not lie. What am I?
A tongue.
The devil dissipates. The first door lights up, and then the next
Good one.
demon
Nice.
steps up in front of you. Reaching stiffly for the sky, I bare my fingers when it's cold. In warmth, I wear an emerald glove, and in between, I dress in gold.
Tree.
What am
Tree.
Ooh, a
Or is
tree.
it corn?
Or branch.
Oh,
Say it
tree.
again.
No,
I? Wait, who said a tree? You
Samara.
watch as Samara utters tree, and then the second demon evaporates, and watch as the two doors slowly begin to open. As you
Was the gold
step,
like Christmas tree? Like autumn
foliage.
leaves. Okay, got it. Yeah.
you step into this long hallway. You can see a very dark, resident energy up ahead. And as you step in, the walls are covered in humanoid faces that kind of leer out, come out, and moan and holler as you begin to walk down these hallways. I need everybody to make strength saves, please.
Strength save? That's not something I'm good at.
The one thing I'm good at. Let's go.
Oh, you'll still roll a 1, Asborn. You're
I
already.
got a 16. It's better than nothing.
Dude, I got a 17. How did I get better than you?
I'm Asmon. I'm an old Asmon.
You have like a plus
I'm
12
angry.
strength or some shit.
I know my
What'd you
strength
get, Sam?
save is only +3. My
I got a 19.
athletics is +15.
I got an 18.
Okay. Sam, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
Okay. Mara?
I got a 9.
Mara, as you're watching everybody trudge by you, your footsteps get heavier, heavier. You feel yourself sinking into the floor up to the knee, eventually up to the thigh. And you're
Do we see her doing that?
all of you look behind to see her being pulled down by the floor. This strange kind of like black liquid is coursing up around her body. You're watching her eyes kind of go white, her hair aging almost impossibly fast.
I grab her.
You guys reach
Hey,
out
grab her.
to grab onto her. Mara, give me a strength save with advantage as they're trying to pull you out of the floor.
I want to put her in my duffel bag of holding.
Okay, 21.
21. You only age 15 years as you're
Oh.
pulled out of the floor. You guys could see the distinct difference in her features, her face, her hair color, as she is now 15 years older. All of you trudge
Yeah.
through this
Kids
gloomy
age you.
hallway. And as you get to the very end of the hallway, that darkened vapor that you saw dissipates. And a large iron door is set in place. You watch as a face twists into existence, and a third riddle is given. In order to enter this place, one must answer this final riddle, fail, and be banished. I never was, am always to be. No one ever saw me, nor ever will. And yet, I am the confidence of all, to live, to breathe on this terrestrial ball. What am I? I never was, am always to be. No one ever saw me, nor ever will. And yet, I am the confidence of all, to live and breathe forever on this terrestrial ball.
Is it hope?
I think it's
Thinking
dead.
I'm between 3 different choices right now.
Okay.
It is
Which-
either hope, death, or the future.
Okay, say it again.
The riddle.
The riddle?
Yeah.
I never was, am always to be. No one ever saw me, nor ever will. And yet I am the confidence of all. To live and breathe forever on this terrestrial ball. What am I?
I don't think it's future because you will eventually see the future, right?
No, you can never see the future because then that would be the present. Either that or
Mhm.
eternity. I never was, but always will be.
Always to be.
Always to be.
To be determined.
I'm stuck on this one.
Maybe the future sounds right, but
Ooh. Thank you, Swamp Thing. Tomorrow? Tomorrow? Maybe that's the answer.
He says maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow? Question mark.
Do
no, you can
Never
see
was,
tomorrow, but
always to be. You can't
Can't
see tomorrow.
'cause then
You
it
can
would
see
be
tomorrow on the calendar,
yeah.
Okay, shut up.
but it's true. But it's true.
What do you think,
That
guys?
third clue that's not jiving.
Yeah.
What's the third clue?
The live and breathe on this terrestrial
Terrestrial ball.
ball.
Yeah.
Air? No. No.
I know. That's what I was like, wind? No, that's not.
I never was,
No, you never see it.
but always to be.
I never was, am always to be.
It's the future.
No one ever saw me, nor ever will, and yet I am the confidence of all to live and breathe forever on this terrestrial ball.
The confidence.
We got to make a decision.
My vote's for the future.
I think.
I think it's tomorrow.
I think it's the future. Or I mean
Those
tomorrow.
are
The
kind
future.
of synonymous.
Yeah.
I will answer.
Destiny.
The answer is
I think it's tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Hey, Swamp Thing was right. Go Swamp Thing.
You watch as the doors slide open, and now you have access to the main throne room.
Nice.
And up above in the space, you could see thousands of small demonic little creatures flying around in these great clouds up above. In the very center of the room, in the very center of the room, you can see a throne made of bone, flesh, and sinew. And you can watch as a creature, a mindless, orbless creature of flesh and bone, is dragging a humanoid figure behind it, picks it up, begins to shred it into pieces and attach it to the throne. You could see no sign of any avatar, just the throne, the round room, these creatures feeding the throne, these doomed humanoid creatures. Some are orc and human, some are goblin and kobold being dragged
The throne
to
is
it.
eating the people.
It's being made by them. Like they're
People are being turned into the throne.
like being shredded into parts and then being added to the throne. The throne
Oh.
kind of is gaining kind of like size and essence
Hey,
at the same
Fire.
time.
Put on your goggles.
I don't want to go blind.
No,
But
your
okay.
magic. Your magic goggles.
I am aware.
What,
I'm
why would
gonna-
they make you blind.
Lightly peek through the goggles because I don't want to go blind.
As you do, you then notice the throne itself is made up of hundreds of writhing, transparent souls that
Yeah.
are kind of like just thrashing about and screaming empty, worded mouths that are wide open. And then you can see a form lingering behind the throne. Its tall skeleton face, its great bat-like wings, its black obsidian armor as the invisible form of the avatar is revealed to you.
You see a box anywhere?
And it's just
gonna
standing there
in
looking
Mara's mind,
forward.
because I can speak telepathically. In Mara's mind, and then one by one, everybody else's. I don't know if I can do it multiple at a time. Anyways,
You can send a message, can't you?
Yes,
You have
but
telepathy?
I have, because I took a feat, I have telepathy.
Oh,
That's pretty
Yes.
sweet.
So I'm going to tell them there's a shadowy figure behind the throne. It's got wings and it's massive.
Should I wild shape?
But
Should
it's
I wild shape?
invisible.
can we talk back to you?
Checking. Because I'm not sure. It says telepathic. You're able to speak telepathically to any creature as long as you share a language. And then I have to cast detect thoughts
Oh, so no.
for the spell. So no.
I
no.
like. I
I
start
can
to draw my rapier, and I just kind of look at her with my eyebrows raised. Hmm?
I don't know. So I'm gonna try and look around. Looking around.
The box.
We're gonna have to mark it then, so we can see them. Well, we ain't getting any
Damage it
younger,
once, I can mark it.
especially Asborn.
What's
Doing
the
good. I'm
creature
like in my 40s
doing?
right now. I'm chilling.
It just seems to be staring forward passively, not really doing much of anything. I can show you a picture of
Sure.
what the throne looks like.
Does it seem to be sentient?
Maybe she has to actually like know that something's going on to like inhabit it or something.
No, because the avatar is just something that she shares power with, right? It's
Man,
not.
I don't know.
It was originally its own sentient creature,
I'm grasping
and
at
then
straws
it
here.
became her avatar, right? Like she chose it as her avatar.
I'm grasping at straws here.
that
Give
how they
me a
work?
religion check as you try to understand and remember things that you might have learned about what avatars mean.
24.
You remind yourself that avatars from a religious sense, whether it be good deities, evil deities, or whatever pantheons or things that take form, avatars have always been the idea of things given to you in the sense of gods can never actually be in the material plane, and they usually project their avatars as a way to influence places that they cannot be. The fact that she's left an avatar behind is very strange. It's very unorthodox. It really should be in the reverse, which tells you either she has figured out a way to already anchor herself directly to the material plane, and this avatar has been sent here to keep her aware of people that are trying to enter her throne room and perhaps steal her power and gain access to the power that is Avernus is one possibility. But it's definitely strange. The avatar seems very passive, non-responsive, and since you do have your magic goggles on to detect magic, there is a small space behind the throne room, 5 feet high, 3 feet wide, almost like an entrance, glowing kind of like a divination school of magic. And you can see the thin form of a small figure asleep on a stack of crates and barrels.
A magic figure.
Possibly. Hard to tell. Or the room is magic. This whole place is emanating different kind of magics of their own. The autonomous creatures that are dragging the condemned souls over to be added to the throne. The souls wailing in terror and pain that are being added to the power of the throne. The huge 12-foot tall avatar behind. It's all very strange. But when you drop your glasses, it's just the throne of bone and flesh, the automatons dragging the condemned over, the aberrational walls surrounding this entire chamber. But there's something, because of that religion check, there's something a little bit out of place here. Something that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I'm going to share that with the group in whispers.
Okay.
Well, I think
Something
we should
does
go
make
check out that little room until it attacks us. But I also feel like I should just...
Yeah, follow her.
Hey, Dingo Panic. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Getting us super close to that 500 so I can do the giveaway.
Woo.
Woo woo.
Oh. I want to go explore that
What
room,
if-
but it's very squishy.
Okay,
I feel like someone else needs to do that.
I can try invisibly, but he might be able to see through.
I wouldn't waste a spell slot. I feel like it's going to see through.
It's not a spell slot, it's a cloak.
Oh, you have a thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Try. Worst that can happen is it doesn't work.
I'm gonna pull my cloak up, the hood of my cloak up, and go invisible.
Okay.
And I'm going to circle around the edges of the room. How big is the room?
It's pretty large. It's not edge, it's a round chamber. The very kind of weird, fleshy covered walls extend up, and up into the great swarms of winged creatures and demons that seem to just kind of loiter up above. Every now and then, a few of them drop down to take away some of the spare bone, flesh, and viscera on the ground, and then they fight amongst themselves as they consume it. And you're kind of edging the wall to that point where you saw that. And sure enough, there's a section of the wall that looks odd. It's almost like it's made from a metallic surface, like a door almost. And
I'm
you
gonna put my goggles under my hood cloak, and I'm gonna see, is the avatar paying any attention to me?
No, it hasn't moved at all. It's just staring straight ahead. And as you're at the doorway, looking through, you could see the doorway is under an enchantment of hidden magic. So it would make it almost impossible to know it was here or see it. But with your goggles on, there is a form, a small 3-foot form in there, lying on some crates and barrels. And then you hear the strange sound. It sounds familiar. You hear...
Someone's snoring.
Sounds
Do
like
I
somebody's
recognize the
asleep.
person snoring? Okay.
No.
I'm gonna say, okay, guys. I'm sending back telepathically to Sam. I'm saying, okay. He's so far not paying any attention to me. Did you, out of character, did you say how big the room was? Was it like 20-foot radius or?
No, the room that you're currently standing in, it's about 50 foot in diameter. Just a perfectly round chambered room.
So it would take like one round for them to get to me from the other side, ish.
Possibly.
Maybe.
If we were in initiative, sure.
Right. Well, I mean, initiative, that's very important right now. Okay, so I'm gonna say, okay, I'll let you know if he attacks me. I'll probably be yelling or squeaking
So
or something.
what does he look like?
Giant, 12 feet tall, and winged. But I mean, he's only a glowing outline.
No, I mean the thing inside there. I thought it was a little thing, little person.
It just looks like a little figure so far. It's only a glowing outline. I can't see it without the magic goggles. Okay. Now we have to stop talking to each other because we didn't cast telepathy. And I forgot about that.
While she's exploring that, can I cast telepathy and just like while she's figuring that out?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll wreck on that.
Handily. Okay. And now we have telepathy. Okay. Because I was thinking the same thing too. All right, I'm going in, guys. I'll holler if he attacks me, and I'm gonna start edging around, trying to see if I can, and still watching him like a hawk. Like you're not attack.
Yeah. Eventually, you get right up to where the magical outline of the door is. The avatar doesn't seem to pay any attention to you.
Okay, and is the doorway open?
It's currently closed. At least it looks closed.
I'm gonna try and reach out and check out the trap.
Your hand passes through it.
Okay. Huh. All right. I bring it back. It's not injured, not burned, not withering and dying.
If I in my head, in your head, you want some backup? What you doing over there?
I feel like you're gonna get trapped in that room.
I don't know if he'll. Okay, do you guys want to move left or right? Just pick a way. I'm gonna watch him, and I'm gonna see if he follows you.
Okay, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna
gonna watch. Just take the whole party. Take
the whole party, or just one of us?
Yeah, one. Just the whole party. Go one way.
Okay, one
and
step
I'm
to the right.
See if he follows you with your head, or with his head.
Ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
I'm behind you, Mara.
So they go left.
So everybody, since you're now moving as a group, everybody give me stealth checks.
I thought we weren't being stealthy. I thought we wanted him to look at us.
No, you don't want to be stealthy.
Oh, we're being.
Wait.
Oh, I thought, okay.
Wait, why do
understand
that
the
instead? We could just dimension door over.
Can I retcon and do pass without a trace before anyone moves?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, pass without a trace.
So everybody gets plus 10.
And we're doing stealth.
Dimension door he might notice.
I rolled a
Okay,
natural
so-
one. I did
I-
not
roll a
understand the
one.
assignment.
I got a
Roll
19
one.
with pass without a trace.
13 with pass without a trace.
Oh, so I'm at
great.
16
Got
with
a
my
21.
natural one.
I got a
Yeah.
36.
He lost to bias.
I wonder why, motherfucker.
What'd you get, Tyson?
24.
24.
Oh, 21. 21.
Yeah. It's strange. Fire, as you're watching them make their way over, you notice that the figure on the other side of the illusionary door suddenly sits up and looks around. They immediately jump up and race over towards a wall, and they're now pulling levers and hitting buttons, and you're watching as the avatar kind of begins to start looking around.
What?
Wait, just to clarify, because I'm confused. So there's the avatar, which is huge, right?
Behind
And
the
there's-
throne.
What's that?
Behind the throne.
Behind the throne, yes.
Invisible?
Mhm.
Then there's a small figure that's doing this, yes?
In a secret
In a
room.
door. But you
Okay,
guys can't
but-
see him.
Check if it's
I
Clovis,
can't see
question mark?
him, but I do know that like the thing is moving now, right?
No, because the avatar is invisible unless you can see invisibility.
I mean, I do have that spell. I can cast that.
Okay. Okay. I'm
So I'm calling through my brain. What's happening, Fire? What do you see?
the little man in my brain. The little man in the little room behind the avatar jumped up and started moving levers and pushing buttons, and the avatar moved.
So we got to kill little man.
So the
Tell me
avatar
what it
is
is.
not the problem. The man is the problem.
I think the man's the problem. We
Who
gotta go
is
get
Little Man? Do we recognize Little Man? Do you recognize
No, but he
him?
was sleeping on the job earlier. Do I recognize him?
So,
I
but
mean,
you
there's
tried
just,
to.
you're not in the room, so it's just an
not in
outline
the
through
room.
the magical wall that your hand just
I'm
went
going to go
Go in the
in
room. Go in the room.
the room, and I'm going to take the goggles down and see if I can see him. But I'm still invisible.
through. You go through the wall, and as you do, there's a 2.5 foot tall goblin with fake tiefling horns on. They seem to be wearing like false skin, like they're
Gross.
trying to look scary. You could see all around them crates filled with food and drink and all manner of just like really, really yummy things. And this goblin is busy pulling switches and then Ah! He like screams, and one of his horns falls off. He lets go of the switches and starts running as fast
I'm
as his
gonna
little
go grab
legs
him.
could carry him. And you reach out to grab him. Give me a strength check as you try to grab him.
Strength check.
22.
22. Yeah, you grab him by the scruff, haul him back. No, don't hurt Thesis. Don't hurt Thesis. I was just doing my job. And for the rest of you out in the chamber, the automatons stop. The throne becomes just a simple metal throne as the entire illusionary effect just collapses in on itself.
And I'm holding him up, dangling.
And now you can see fire over on the other side of the edge of the wall in this open room with a long hallway attached to it. It's kind of metallic.
Well, do we see fire, or do we just see a guy dangling in midair?
I think you just see my arm and a guy dangling.
you just see a guy dangling, screaming, "Don't hurt Thesis! Don't hurt Thesis! Thesis didn't mean no. I'm just doing my job."
And what is your job? And why?
Because it's just my job. It's what I'm told
shake
to
him?
do. Stop shaking me. It's making me
Where's the rubric? Where's the rubric?
I don't know what that is. As you guys kind of all come running over to where fire is.
I take my helmet down.
So there's no like creepy flesh thingy anymore? Like that's all gone?
It's all gone.
Okay, cool.
Is this the throne room? Shaking him.
Yes,
is the avatar still there?
This is her throne, yes.
Where's the avatar?
He points at the panel that he was manipulating earlier.
It's fake.
Give me an intimidation roll as you're kind of like just yelling at this little goblin. Yeah, you're just like, what is going?
Can I like be big?
Oh, I got a natty 20.
Oh, never mind.
I have a 0 in it intimidation.
Still a natty 20.
I mean, all of you are like yelling all these like questions, and it's not real.
I'm gonna go over there. I'm tired of
None
waiting.
of it's real. It's all fake. It's all fake.
Okay. So
Don't hurt Isis. Don't hurt us.
I'm gonna start investigating the room he's in and look around through the crates.
Give me an investigation check, Asborn, as you begin to kind of examine the space that he's in.
An 8.
Yeah. I mean, the crates, it's weird. There's one crate that says made in Waterdeep, and it's full of like all of these rare kind of liqueurs. You see another crate that says made in Drussar, and it's full of like
some rare
foodstuffs.
I got a 34.
Grab it.
Is it gonna taste like sand?
I don't care. I'm sticking it in my bag of holding.
Sure, you stick a few of them in your bag of holding.
Yep.
There's other crates of like candies, tobacco. There's a weird small little crate that says 7-Eleven on the side of it.
Does it have
I'm gonna
Slurpees
grab
in
that
it?
one.
Okay.
Well, no, but it's painted in orange, green, and white with a 7 and an 11 slashed across it.
Does it have
Tobias, what did you get on your investigation?
You see a smaller box that says Wells
34.
Fargo on it. You see you actually see a long cylindrical piece of fabric leaning up against the wall.
I'm gonna take that.
You kind of look at it, you plunge it into the bag of holding.
Yeah.
And then you standing there looking at the hallway that meets up with the room. You hear as these luminescent lights begin to turn on down this long hallway.
I'm gonna pull up my magic goggles again, and I'm looking for more magic in any of those crates.
Yeah,
and still
nothing's magic in this room
him
anymore. Like everything is. The moment he stopped manipulating that panel, the room just went back to like this normal, just kind of plain space. This normal room.
Okay.
So, give him a shake.
What's down the hallway?
What was that?
Give him a shake, and we're gonna start
The
questioning him.
watcher's room is down the hallway. The watcher's room.
The
What's in
Watcher.
there?
Who's the Watcher?
The watches. The watches are in there. I don't know. It's not part of my job. The avatar is my job.
Where's the Avatar?
Where
Points at the
is
panel.
where does
The
where
avatar.
does Tierling no,
Pretend
where
Avatar.
does
Where's the
Zarel-
original Avatar?
where does
Points at the
Zarel keep
panel
her
again.
artifacts? Where does Zarel keep her artifacts?
I don't know. I don't even know who she is. Who is this Zaral?
Who
I don't-
hired you to do this?
I can't say his name. I'll be in trouble.
You're gonna be in trouble if you
I'm
don't
gonna
say his
shake
name.
him.
No, his
You're
name
in
is
trouble.
Qualish. His name is Qualish.
Oh my God!
Of course.
Oh,
Oh,
Now we
Close written
know.
all over it.
I told you.
Let us go. Let faces go. Please let me
Mm-mm.
go.
You're coming with us, buddy.
Where did Qualish?
I pull out handcuffs because I think I have manacles.
You
Let me
do.
check.
You have like 53 pairs of manacles. Like collecting them.
No, I put a bunch of stuff in my bag of holding.
What are you into, Fire?
You watch as she pulls out a whip, sets it on the ground, pulls out a manacle, pulls out a like a red ball with a leather
I have
tie
manacles.
attached to it.
Hmm.
Are
I do actually have-
What kind of weapon's
Are
that?
they in pink?
Oh,
Okay,
No, they're
yeah, I
fur
pull out,
lined. We match her.
pull out a pair of manacles, and I
What's this steel ring with the straps on it? I don't understand. What is this?
stay out of my
How
bag
do
of
you
holding.
tie somebody up with this? I don't. Okay, whatever.
Okay. And then
You watch
then-
like Tobias is holding it, putting his hand through it like this.
He's a little
I-
goblin, right?
Yeah, he's a
go
little
over-
yellow
it's
greenish
basically like-
goblin with the
yeah.
fake tiefling horns on,
For sure.
and clearly a poorly costumed outfit on as well.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go over to the panel that he was manipulating.
Hey,
Smart. Can you,
Bash.
like time to your back?
Hi, Bash.
Time to my back.
You doing,
Yeah,
buddy?
I was asking Samara,
I'm just
you're
gonna
big.
stick him in the bag of holding.
what did you say?
He'll die if you stick him in the bag of holding.
He has 10 minutes.
Mm. I don't think that's a good
He's
plan.
got 10 minutes.
We will 100%
Hey,
Well,
that's
this
forget
place
good.
it.
is this place is having an interesting effect on some of you more goody two shoe kinds.
He's
I was just going
He's
to put a
little.
bullet in his head, but hey, if you want to suffocate him, that's fine.
right. Goblins are little. Let's just tie. Tamara's big. We'll just like tie him
Goblins
to
have
his
got no
back,
reason to live.
manacled, and we'll just like
And
go
we
on our
gag
way.
him.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
gag him.
Like,
I feel like we have not questioned him enough.
we'll get back to it. We
Okay.
got other things to worry
Get back
about.
to
He
it.
doesn't know anything. He's scared. We'll get back to it later.
Okay, we got to kill these
Yeah.
watcher things to take the thing. Let's get going. 'Cause,
We
we
tie
can't
him
have this
up
guy behind our back, so put him
hanging-
in the bag of holding.
Hanging upside down from Samara's waist, from her
Little,
belt.
like backpack
Yeah.
on Samara.
By his feet. No, we tie him by his feet.
On my waist.
Hanging
Oh.
from Samara's belt.
It's a goblin pack.
So
Sorry,
you
Like,
guys
trussed up.
bind
trussed
him
up like a
up
pig.
and finish
Yeah.
examining the room.
Yeah.
The panel is strange. It's a mixture of like crystalline structures, levers, dials, numeric switches, and things that look like they're designed to control and cause things to happen. You kind of mess with a couple of them, and you watch as this 12-foot tall aberration comes into appearance. You watch as the room goes back to its normal state. The automatons, the eyeless cadaver carriers, bringing those souls over to Adam and then you turn the lever off and it goes away.
So it's all
And-
illusion.
It feels like it. Yeah, it feels
really
like
want to
heavy
break
art.
this panel.
It feels like heavy artificer magic. To you.
Okay, wait a minute. So this is what's going on. She's not here.
Right.
All of her is on the material plane.
Well,
And it's not
Qualish did
there's
this.
the hallway with the watchers or whatever. We need to go down there. But
And-
she's not
and
here.
I bet you down there in the Watchers, there's going to be some things we got to kill to get that rubric,
Right. We
the
need
rubric cube, and I'm probably different colors on it. We have to like,
That's exactly what I was picturing. A cube with a bunch of little colors on
yeah,
it.
and you have to make all the colors like on one face the same,
And then it'll work. Yeah.
and then we'll capture her. Okay,
But I like really want to break this panel.
now let's leave it.
I hate it here and I want to break the panel.
Come on, let's go take care of these Watchers. So we're gonna go
We
down
may
there.
need to use the panel later. Let's not.
Yeah, we might be able to be your avatar and help us escape.
That's I
Mhm.
can't imagine that working. All
So
right,
as you
down the
walk
hallway.
down the long hallway, looking up, you realize it's the familiar luminescent lights that Qualish has used before, especially back on his vessel. As soon as they sense your presence, they come on, and the long 100-foot hallway just goes on to a stairwell. And this staircase opens up into another rounded chamber, but the smell of rotted flesh and the stink of just like odor kind of permeates out of the space. And you can see dozens and well, let's see how many of you recognize what these are. Everybody give me nature checks as you stare down into this chamber. Nature.
I got a 17.
18.
I would be better at
17.
nature.
Okay.
I got a 9.
9. So
Wait, you got a 9?
no,
Yeah,
so
you would
14,
think. Being a druid has
14
higher
plus
points in that, but no.
She says, these are so abnormal, I don't recognize them. Oh, come
I
on.
got a
Whoa, what are
23.
you eating? What are you eating?
I got a 23.
5.
Full of shit. So as a group, you do pretty well. Some of you are a little bit more, but then as a group, you begin to realize something. You're looking at about 3 or 4 dozen Iliathids in this
Hooray.
chamber.
Dead or alive?
Lost
Yay,
Caravan RPG, thank you for the raid, much appreciated. And these Iliathids are arranged in concentric circles with these strange, like fleshy protrusions coming from where their normal face features would be. And you can see the flare tentacles are latched onto these fleshy protrusions.
Yeah.
And then all of these, each one of these Iliathids are, you can see these protrusions extending upward. And when you look up into the ceiling, you can see this huge, like, obsidian cage. And in the cage, you see the tortured form of Zarel.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
What?
This is his machinations. This is him.
It was all him.
It's all him.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
Hold it.
Bro,
You
see the watches? He's
shit.
like mumbling through the gag. The watches.
They're watching Zarel. The Watchers. It all makes sense.
Okay, so
Have
we
they-
free Zarel?
So have the Illithids like
You see two
looked at us? Have they
very
acknowledged us?
like strange looking hands come up to the bars. And you see this bony skeleton face look down through the bars. And it pulls itself back into the cage.
So if it's not Zarel that's in Tiraling, who's in Tiraling?
It's all his fake stuff.
Yeah.
He's like making shit.
Yeah, but how is Qualish in Tiraling?
He's not. He made
He's
something.
not.
Put it
He's
in.
he probably made one. I'm telling you, we need to freeze. I think we need to free her. I don't know. I have a feeling that she's gonna be pretty pissed off at you know who. She might fix our problem without us having to do anything.
Oh, is
So
this box around her the
like
thing
I
before?
saw him chained in the ethereal plane. What did I see?
What he wanted you to see?
Qualish?
Yeah.
We saw him.
No, I
On
got
an
stuck
island?
in the ethereal plane and I saw him there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's
Yeah,
like
but which
50
one?
polishes. Yeah, there's like 50 of them.
Which
Yeah.
Qualish?
That is a fair question.
Yeah, we don't know if it was the real one.
Or which real one? Right? They were all real.
I mean, they're real.
Was
They're
any
just
of
all
this-
copies.
I hate everything.
Okay, so
Have the Illithids like acknowledged
My head
us?
hurts.
I know, right?
Nothing's moved. It's just these like these fleshy protrusions. Like you can see where their flare
Right.
bits that would normally latch onto things are latched onto these fleshy protrusions. There is like a gelatinous arcane mass that's kind of flowing up through them, and they're all connected to that cage that's hanging up above. And you
And
can
how
see
many?
that it's free hanging cage about maybe 30 feet in diameter. And you can see the form that you've been described through your research and your history checks and all the
As Zarel.
Yeah, it looks like all the imagery you've seen of Zarel. Her white skeletal kind of face and skin,
Okay.
her kind of like blackened form, her
Guys,
great wings curled up
How
into her
far away are
shoulders.
gonna
we
ask
from
her-
the closest illithid?
Hold on. I'm gonna ask her if that's are you Zarel? Telepathically.
Give me persuasion check as you telepath that.
While she's rolling,
Telepathically
how
ask
many illithids
that
are there?
question.
How many
Out of all
illithids
the
are there?
questions,
There are 24 There's 24 of them.
How close are we to the nearest one?
You're about 30 feet away.
Can I guidance myself?
Yeah.
I can guidance you.
I
what are you trying to do?
want to.
Oh, you're just
Persuade
using
Zarel.
telepathy though.
I want to go like poke one,
Um,
see if it does anything.
You're gonna poke an elephant.
I want to see if it'll give me its attention and off of her. It's a terrible plan. I know that.
Yeah, my persuasion is My persuasion is +0. I rolled an 18 and a 3. So I mean 3 on the
21.
D4.
It's good.
So 21.
Oh, 21. Okay.
So you feel the telepathic connection reach to her.
Probably a bad idea.
But as you try to get through, there's something about that cage that she's in that kind of prevents you being able to speak with her.
Is the cage? Are they underneath the cage?
Yes.
Can you guys?
And
just
what's the
make, like, a
cage hooked
blender
to at the top?
and blender all of the
It looks like a
illithids?
very large chain that recedes up into the darkened ceiling. And all the
we
fleshy
blender, it'll get
protrusions
Zarel
from
too.
each of the flares
Mhm.
It sounds like the
is
cage
connected
is
to
like
the bottom of the cage. You can see like a magical essence pulsing up and through the gelatinous protrusions connected to the cage.
She's got to have way more hit points than the illithid.
Okay, I get out my rifle.
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
Do
you want me to walk in and see if they
Hey, I'm gonna shoot the chain.
poke
The
one.
thing will drop. It'll crush all the Illiths. We'll let her go. She'll be happy. She'll go kill that motherfucker, and we don't have to do
I
nothing.
don't think you're going to be able to take down that cage in one shot.
I also don't.
Well, I didn't say one shot, but I got plenty of rounds here.
Right. But let's
Magical ones too.
make that plan B.
I want it to be Plan A.
Do you take the shot, Tobias?
Yeah, I take the shot.
Go for it.
Okay, so let me see what I
We should have
got.
known that was coming.
I mean,
16. So 29.
29. You watch as the shot goes right to that exposed section of the chain above the cage, and then about a foot before it hits it, there's a ricochet, an arcane light. It's a shot deflects against some invisible barrier up above.
There's some invisible barrier up above.
shocking.
Damn!
Told you.
Okay, now we can do Plan B.
Okay, I'm gonna
None
go.
of the
I
illithids
just-
respond. There's no movement. There are a dozen in a small circle in the middle, and then a dozen in an outer circle.
I'm just gonna
They
go walk
are
up.
all sitting on stone, kind of like carvings, and just fixed to these fleshy protrusions that seem to be keeping this cage in containment.
Okay, maybe we
gonna
gotta kill
walk
them all.
closer to
You guys
one.
got some. Hey,
Hold on.
Hey!
I'm just gonna walk.
Okay,
I'm just gonna walk closer. Just
the
see what
blender spell. The blender
I
spell.
already said that. You're
I'm
like
gonna-
20
I'm
steps
gonna
behind.
Oh,
I'm
Just
gonna
walk
ask
closer.
out loud. I'm gonna ask out loud because we're trying to get their attention.
I love how the
anyways, so-
two teenagers are not nearly as chaotic as the four of you.
we don't give a shit
I'm
anymore.
just watching it unfold. I'm just watching this.
Okay,
I'm gonna,
I'm gonna-
wa-
I
I'm
start
gonna
walking.
ask out loud. I'm gonna ask out loud. Zarel?
You watch as the
Okay.
hands reappear, bony face and the flamed orb eyes look down. Yes, what do you want?
Do you know
Well-
who we are?
No, I would imagine you are members of his order.
Whose order?
The little gnome. The one that tricked me.
He tricked us too.
Yeah, he tricked us too. You mean Qualish?
I don't know and don't care what
We
his
don't like
name is.
him.
I
Okay,
am trapped
was he
in
wearing
my
a dress?
rubric, and this is where I must stay.
This is the
You watch
rubric.
as the head kind of
Yeah.
pulls itself back into the
Okay,
cage.
makes sense now. Okay.
So,
You hear this
Hey.
torturous scream just echo out and up.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I'm with
How
it.
do
We just did what we're supposed
stop?
to do, so we could just tell Spader we did it.
Wait a second. You said that the illithids are on top of carvings. Can I see the carvings that they're on? Is it
Guys,
are they like
guys,
runes?
guys, wait. We might not want to.
Each
Wait,
carving
let's
that you
think about
begin
this.
to look at are in the shape of a hand. And they're sitting in its palm. And where they're sitting, they seem to be sitting on top of runes, arcane runes, that seem to glow with kind of like a magical effervescence.
So, Zarel, how do we stop the Qualish dude who trapped you?
He is chaos. He is disorder. He is the chained one. I was too foolish. I did not see the abyss that stood behind its form.
He's the chained one? Who's the chained one?
We've heard that before.
Yeah.
Well, he's on that island all chained up.
Give me a religious
One of
check.
God.
Who?
Oh,
Yeah. Religion
Denny-
check. Religion check.
Who's doing that?
la 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 la
15
la.
plus 7,
What's
22.
his name?
The chained one is often referred to as the chained oblivion,
The chained oblivion.
one of the betrayer gods.
Another.
Oh,
Wait,
the chained
Qualish is the
oblivion
chained oblivion?
doesn't reside in the levels of the 9. The chained oblivion is resided to the halls of chaos and the abyss.
Who let
This
him out?
is a incredibly dangerous creature. At least that's how it's taught to those that study pantheons and religions.
Who?
yeah.
Who
So
let him out, Sarah?
because hell's
Wait, out of
lawful,
character.
the abyss is chaotic,
Jason.
right?
Out of character. Jason, did I run into him in a different game, or was that this one?
He's in Critical Role.
Chained Oblivion's in.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Critical Role campaign.
I'm like, this sounds
In
Yeah.
character.
So
Who
not
let
any
him out?
campaign you're in.
not in a campaign I'm in.
Oh, I'm using him in 3 other campaigns.
The one that I'm in?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Zarel, did
So-
you let him out?
Yes. I was foolish. I thought I had an opportunity to finally be rid of that fetid despater. And I took the gamble and failed.
Fair enough.
Now I'm trapped in it.
Zaral goes to rattle the rubric, and as it does, the undulating flesh bits kind of respond. And then
Gross.
suddenly the cage flares with a darkened energy, and you just hear this howling of pain from Zarel as she is just, this necrotic energy just lashes down at her and into her form. She just howls in just exquisite pain that emanates up into the cavern space above.
Probably shouldn't do that. Doesn't sound
Zarel,
like it feels good. How do we put him back?
No.
I don't know, but I don't care. Free me from this wretched place.
She goes
Yeah,
to rattle it
how-
again, and the
how-
necrotic energy lashes into her yet again. All the mind flayers kind of thrash from the interaction.
We'll get to that, but we need to deal with him
So-
first.
So, are these creatures real, or is it? What are they?
I'll try to touch one. You tell me.
Oh, I don't want to touch one.
So
Yeah,
I
they
move
look
out
like
with
mind
him
flayers.
So
and
dis-
it now? Has it?
Bader knows you're trapped in here.
I hope not. That would
I don't
go
think he's gonna-
ill for all of us if he did.
Yeah, I don't think
For
anyone
him to
does.
be in charge of my realm would mean that he could unleash legion upon the material plane and take
Oh.
over and do as he has always wanted to do. Contemn the living to continuous and repeated death so that his soul well will continue to fill. I am the gate check. I am the one that keeps the 8 from making their way out. I am the balance that must
Or maybe we do
be
want to release Zarel.
restored.
Yeah, I think
rattles
we
the
need
cage
to
again.
restore order.
Yeah.
But
If we
I want to
release
restore order, but I don't want her to kill us too. So
Sure.
Zarel,
Right,
if
right.
we release you, what will you do?
I will take my kingdom back. I will
you put the chain
expel
guy back?
all the changes. I will seal the gate, and I will unleash my hordes upon Despada's realm and show him he cannot be fooled.
Any
Okay,
any
but it wasn't-
material plane
it
going
wasn't-
on though?
But will you take on Qualish?
No, I am too weakened for that. I have been in
Fair.
this rubric for too long.
Fair
I
enough.
must restore my power first before I pursue the chained one.
Any plans on unleashing bad things into the material plane?
She dips her head back into the cage, not answering.
They're
Hey,
all
I think-
bad.
And you hear this liquid, sarcastic.
Of course I won't.
yeah, right. Wait,
Is there a
it's
way
a
to
lesser
get,
of
like,
two
a binding
evils, I think,
oath?
at this point.
Is there like something we can swear on that makes them bind it, like the river Styx?
I mean, we have holy water.
Aegeus. Okay. Well, let's take care of these frickin' lizard things where the fuck they are, and let's get out of here.
Okay, so hold on.
Wait,
Um,
Bias, wait.
Okay, so I've moved within 10 feet of the illithid.
They look squishy. I want to shoot one.
Done anything?
Nope, they haven't responded. They're just sitting in those hand-carved stools of stone with seems to be attached to a rune underneath where they're sitting. The fleshy protrusions extending out of their front face forms and up
Gross.
into the bottom of the rubric. It's
Okay, I'm gonna move 5 more feet.
it's very Geiger.
5 more feet.
Yeah, a little closer. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay, I'm gonna draw my rapier and activate my blood right, just in
Okay.
case.
Okay.
I do damage
You actually kind of
myself.
move through a couple of them, no response. You just kind of stare at
damn
their
it. I did 10 damage.
swollen necks and throats, kind of, undulating the energy up towards the rubric.
Do they look
But
like
nothing.
knowing the
one's doing
Qualish?
nothing?
Do I think these things are imprisoned in this thing? Like, are they made to do this? Or is it?
I mean, you've
than likely.
seen writings and pictures and myth and legend lore about mind flayers or illithids that they're sometimes referred to. They're commonly found in the Underdark in small communities and hive mind communities. These ones look strangely malformed, altered. They seem normal from the base of the neck down, but from the throat up, they're oversized, swollen. You see that their eyes have been stitched shut, and their maws that are normally circular with these kind of like flanges coming out that would normally grip onto a target are kind of we call it riveted with metal rivets into the fleshy protrusions, almost as if they've been shaped or changed to do whatever this
Okay.
thing is designed to do.
Try to cut one of the
Okay.
fleshy protrusions. See if that
Can
works.
I'm gonna go to one of the outside ring ones.
Okay.
I want to look through my magic goggles while they're doing this.
Okay. The whole room is lit with divination magic, alteric evocation magic, enchantment magic. You get the feeling that there's a lot of schools of magic and infusions that went in to kind of form this space. The rubric is unidentifiable. It's magical, but it feels like ancient pre-calamity magic from your perspective. It feels old.
Okay, is everyone ready if I start doing shit?
Yeah.
We're
Well,
gonna
Okay.
did we want to try and bargain with?
Might have to do some
Surreal?
dispel magic stuff. I don't know. There's a lot
I
of
don't think
magic.
we're going to be able to bargain with her because at this point, like, she has her plan and it's not really going to help us, but maybe it kind of will because it'll close off the portal. At
Well,
the
yeah,
very least.
I think releasing her will help balance some shit.
Yeah,
Now
it's
will work in
gonna.
our favor, and then we can.
This it's been out of balance this whole time. We just didn't know it. And if we put her back in, maybe it'll be balanced and we can get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
deal with Qualish on our own time on our own plane.
First thing, actually, hey, Osborne, can you come here?
I mean, she might also owe us when we're done with this. Like, she might owe us a favor after she.
Hasborn, are you there?
Everything.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, come here. You're stronger than I am.
Okay, I'll do it.
Can you try to kick this illithid off its seat?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it look like
Kick
I
the
can
illithid off
leverage
its
it
chin.
off with a lever as well?
I mean, it's a very thin physical form. Only its head seems unusually swollen and kind of distorted from the attachment
Cut the
to
tubes.
the fleshy protrusions coming out. I mean, it doesn't seem to respond. It doesn't seem to be breathing either.
Gross. Very
I'll
sorry
try
in
and knock
advance if
it
you
over.
take undue damage from some enforcing magical force.
I'm gonna try and swing at it like a bat with my maul.
As you swing at it, it hits a barrier and causes what you just swung to kind of bounce off of some field or shield
Okay.
spell that reacted to your movement.
Okay.
I think we need Thyson in his massive
Can
dispel
I-
magic of
Okay.
ninth level
Can
or
I
something.
swing at the 2B?
Yeah, same thing happens. You just feel the resistance in the field kind of rebound.
All right. Who's got some high level dispel shit?
I'm looking.
Highest level you
Well,
got.
I mean,
I have dispel
I have a
magic, but I
ninth
don't have
level.
very high level spells.
All right.
9th level to film.
It's time for Thyson.
I'm gonna roll up my. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves. Stretch my arms.
Asborn, get ready. I feel like some shit might happen when this gets.
Ladies and
dispelled.
gents, as you can
Okay.
see, nothing up my sleeves, nothing in my palms.
I like Swamp Thing's response.
Birthday
Yeah,
party magician.
let's cut her loose.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Nothing about my sleeves, nothing in my palms, no magic whatsoever. I'm going to two-hand
Guys,
my
I don't
cool
believe
magic
he's
staff,
using no magic.
and I am going to say,
Here we go.
I wish for the destruction of these 24 illithids.
You
Just
have a
the
wish
total
spell?
destruction of their bodies.
And with that, you watch as all 24 bodies begin to vaporize, turn to ash. The sinewy kind of flesh protrusions go limp and dangle and just hang there.
Dang.
All the runes are exposed and they begin to one by one flare out of existence as the full force of this wish spell crashes into this chamber, undoing everything that was done. And then you watch as the rubric begins to slowly lower to the
This might
center
have been
of the chamber.
a bad idea. I whisper
And as
telepathically
it
to everybody.
lowers, the desperate face of Zarel with its hands on the bars, its eyes wide in shock and wonder at what just happened.
Hey, we're friends now. We saved you.
Tests the cage and rattles it, and no necrotic shock in response. The rubric settles onto the ground with a click.
I'm gonna quickly walk over, like run over to the rubric.
You smell familiar.
Uh-oh.
Yes, whatever the hell you want. I'm just gonna outstretch my hand to her. We need to make a deal, just as fast as humanly possible.
Tieflingly possible.
I was going to say demonly possible.
Express your deal.
I've released you from this cage, and you, me, my friends, and Despater we will do our damn best to kill Qualish.
There's a pause, rattles at the cage. She leans back.
And the chained one.
That's the same. That's the same.
Same.
Same thing.
Just the okay, yeah.
Leans back, looks at you. And that's where we're going to finish tonight. We'll be back here next.
I knew it.
You guys know I have Wish.
Didn't know
No,
that.
I did not know.
I
Isn't
knew.
that a
So
one
nine-
and done
is
though?
it a
Oh,
nine
by the
plus
way, somewhere across the ether, 24 random creatures have died periodically for the next 100 years.
You know.
Yeah, it happens. That's what we do, baby. That's what we do.
We are chaos.
We are but a pebble
By
in
the
the
way,
pond.
I like that way to cast Wish, where I just say I wish for that.
Yeah, I
Instead of
like
saying
it.
I cast Wish, I like
It's a good way of doing it. I like it a lot. So with that, we're gonna wrap up a little early tonight because this is gonna take some time now that the Pact of Zarel is about to be made
You didn't
with an
expect us not to
entire
battle?
party of people, and then eventually we'll have to resolve what the Spader thinks of this, and whether or
He's
not
gonna be
the two-
pissed.
and whether or not the two betrayer gods are going to form a pact with the storm chasers, allowing them finally the opportunity to confront the real chaos that is at play here, and what the chained oblivion actually.
nuts.
The chained
had to
oblivion.
say.
Damn little
Hey,
gnome. We
honey,
should have
I'm
punted him
home.
when
I'm
we
in
had the
alliance
chance.
pact with two betrayer guys.
We should have kicked him. We should have tossed him around.
So we will be back here next Tuesday night at 7:00. We will be here Sunday night or Sunday afternoon with our first session 1 of new Greyhawk Vice, which is Greyhawk
Just
in the
so fucking
1980s. And it's all themed along with the idea of Miami Vice. So we're having a lot of fun with making fun of the technology. We all have our bricks, our talk bricks, and our sending
Walkman?
bricks.
Do you have a Walkman?
No, our sending pebbles.
Our sending pebbles and our bricks that are our phones, and it's kind of fun. And I finally get to play, which is a lot of fun. We'll be here Saturday. Well, not here, but we'll be over at D&D Club Saturday for the Grain Land, Saturday night, as the Grey Guardians continue their journey through the Grain Lands and dealing with, something that they got going on over there. But come and check us out. Otherwise, you can check us out on Monday for Pike's Promise. If I have time tomorrow, I may do a big build session here on the Twitch, but I also have some stuff I need to get doing. But I also have a lot of writing to do. So either I'll be back here tomorrow night or maybe Thursday, depending on my schedule. But other than that, come check us out at our Discord. Give us a follow, give us a subscribe. All these things help us exist in the play space so that we can continue what the TTRPG Academy loves to do most, which is teach, learn, play. Oh, by the way, stay safe, be kind, play a game, everybody. It's good
Play
for your mental
game.
health. See y'all. Night, everybody.
All right.
Don't go anywhere, guys.
We're all going.